Yo, good evening, good evening, good evening. What it do, what it do, what it do. It's your boy Dirty back in the building, man. Um, I'm here to hang out, have a good time, man. 47 today. Yeah, it's been a blessing to get to this point. You know what I mean? So tonight is a little different. You know what I mean? It's not just another night on the show. It's basically the first night back on the show, real live. You know what I mean? Not a test show, real show going forward from here. You will get sick of seeing me, or at least get sick of hearing me. So I'm blessed here. I'm blessed to be celebrating another year alive, another year wiser, another year doing what I love, talking football with Raider Nation. Um, so I just want to say thank you to everybody, bro. All the birthday wishes. Bruce Willis, what it do? Blessings to you, man. Appreciate you. I want to say a real sincere thank you to everybody who has supported me, who has watched my shows, liked the videos, shared the videos, commented on the videos, disagreed with me, agreed with me, but most importantly, those who continue to rock with me. I appreciate every single one of you. But tonight just isn't my birthday. Tonight is a Raider Nation Celebration 2. And I don't know what better way than to talk some football. So we're gonna get into the intro, and yeah, we're gonna get into the intro. I got some guests coming up, and
Las Vegas.
Yeah, well, we will have some fun from there. All right, so where is the intro? Where did it disappear to? Oh, okay. I'm like, where'd it go?
Vegas, a city built on bright lights, big bets, and legends. But under the glow of Allegiant Stadium, there's a different kind of energy. A darker one, a louder one, a force that doesn't just show up, it takes over. This is Raider Nation. Born in Oakland, forged in LA, reborn in Vegas. A legacy carried by the bold, the ruthless, the ones who never back down.
We want to beat the NFL and the Reds. That's what
there you go.
Yes, the refs definitely.
Silver and black. The colors don't just represent
We're
a
Raider
team.
fans.
They
Okay, this is what
represent
it's all about.
talent.
Well, that's why they won't let me into
warning.
Kansas City, because I can take the shit off in Kansas City.
Every Sunday, the desert doesn't just shake, it erupts. The crowd doesn't just rise, it roars. The shield doesn't just shine, it intimidates. And the nation reminds the world why the Raiders aren't just a franchise. They're a problem for anybody standing on the other sideline. This is a culture built on hits that echo, plays that break wills, and moments that turn doubters into believers. Commitment to excellence isn't a slogan, it's a battle cry. And if you're not ready for it, you get left behind. And right in the heart of that chaos sits the Silver and Black Lounge, a spot built for the real ones, The diehards, the lifers, the ones who show up early, stay late, and rep the shield like armor. In the lounge, you don't just talk Raiders, you live Raiders. And now, you're stepping into Dirty's world, a place built for the diehards, the real ones, the ones who bleed
At the 40-yard line, and O'Connell wants to take a deep shot.
Here,
and
we break down the plays, the legends, the rivalries, and the future of the team that refuses to fade, refuses to fold, and refuses to apologize for being dangerous. So lock in, stand tall, and rep the shield with pride. Because around here, we don't just support the Raiders. We ride with the Raiders. We fight with the Raiders. We are the Raiders. Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the nation. Let's get into it.
Ladies and gentlemen, I want to bring out a guest before we get into the show. It's a friend of mine, somebody I met when I first started doing YouTube. It's been a pleasure to conversate with this brother. You guys know who he is. Like I said, you meet a lot of people, you know what I mean, and some real, some fake, you know what I mean? Some, blah, 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 and I'm not throwing any shade at anybody. But this is one of the dudes I do respect in this content game. Real good dude, real knowledgeable. I run short of words when great people come around, because it's not a whole lot you can really say to really sum up, who they are. So less is usually more. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage half of the unfiltered truth, my boy, Mr. Philly Rob. What's good with you, Philly Rob?
Man, what's happening, Dirt? Happy birthday. And you know, what can I say about an introduction like that other than just to humbly accept that and say thank you. I appreciate that. And it's about time somebody puts some motherfucking respect on my goddamn name.
I hear you. I hear you, brother. I definitely look. I respect you. You know what I mean? I respect you all day. So, how you been? How life treating you? World's good.
Hey, work is good. My family's doing well. I had all kinds of since you asked, so we'll get into it. My son actually completed a intro to becoming a doctor at Harvard Medical Online School this summer. And now he's headed into his junior year with a full caseload of APs. That young brother has got a white coat on his mind, and he's going to do everything he can to get there, and we're going to help him do it.
Most definitely, man. You gotta, the child needs his parent support, man. You know what I mean? Even when you don't agree with what they got going on, you still need to support them until they figure out it's wrong. Ladies and gentlemen, my brother, Mr. Raider Ben, is in the building. You know what I mean?
Dirty?
The main host of Silver and Black Lounge. I'm just the co-host over there, but man that's coming up in the game real quick. What's good with you, Brody?
Shit, man, nothing much, bro. Happy birthday, my friend. Is that fucking Phil Robinson down there? What up with you, Phil?
Yes.
Ain't shit, bro. Another day in paradise, my boy. How you been?
Yes, sir. Living life, brother, up, down, and all around, but we doing good right now.
Good to hear, bro. Good to hear.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you brothers pulled up, man, to help me celebrate this evening, man. I'm gonna zoom through this chat real quick because, hey, we the most interactive ones over here. If you take the time to chat, I'm gonna take the time to put you up. You know what I mean? So Bruce Willis, what a happy birthday, man. I appreciate you, Bruce, man, for real. Bruce came in early too. He was 11 minutes early, man, and he on time. You know what I mean? He was on time, man. And then he hit me again at 9:02, like just to let him know, hey man, I'm in the building, man. I'm in the building. Hey Bruce, I see you in the building, brother. I appreciate you for real. Charm City with the happy birthday salutes too, bro. Man, hey, thank you, brother. I appreciate you. I do appreciate you, man. He hit a salute to Bruce Willis, you know what I mean? Jason Marshall in the building. What's good with you, man? Thank you for the birthday wishes as well, brother. Thank you for the blessings as well, brother. I take all the blessings that I can get. I need them. I need them all, especially when I ride too. I need all the blessings I can get. Because sometimes the way I ride, man, I feel like I be running out of blessings. But I need to slow my ass down. Marcus Banks in the building, man. Hey, Marcus, appreciate the much respect. You know what I mean? I truly appreciate that. Frank Weber in the building with the birthday salute. What's good with you, man? Thank you very much. I appreciate that. James Purple on break with the Raiders. What's good with you, man? Raiders in the building.
Yeah.
In the building. What's good with you? Who else? We got Willie Wayne is in the building with the happy birthdays, man. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate you. More than I can verbally express. Man. Anything I'm forgetting? Loon in the building. What's good with you, Loon, man? Blessings to you, man. Appreciate you. J Money with the 10 Jews, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me see. There, Marcus Banks. Lease, what's good with your mind? Blessings, man. Thank you for the birthday wishes. I greatly appreciate that. Joel E in the building. What's good with you, man? Appreciate the birthday wishes, man. Appreciate you. Raider Paul in the building. You know what I mean? With the Raiders. Hey, love you, man. Appreciate the birthday wishes from you as well. With that being said, man, I pulled out a couple of clips that I want to really get into tonight. A couple of things that Kubiak said about a day or two after. No, actually, it was the day after the game. When they had a practice, and yeah, I got a beer right here. I gotta actually open my beer. In fact, I was let me take that little birthday sip. I ain't gonna take no birthday shots. I'm recovering from the weekend. I will drink one of these Michelob Ultras.
Cheers to that, Saludos.
Since there's a whole bunch of them left over, man. There's a lot of beer left over after the party, man. Like, there's a lot of beer here. You know what I mean? And I bought a whole lot, and then a whole lot more showed up. So
never a bad thing. Never a bad thing.
Never a bad thing. So Clint Kubiak was asked a series of questions, you know what I mean? He was asked a question about Dante Thornton Jr. And we're gonna take a listen. We ain't gonna really look at too much of nothing. We're gonna take a listen to what the question was, and then what the response, and then we're gonna go ahead and give our little 2 cents as to how we feel about it. So this was Clint Kubiak on Thornton.
Hey, Coach. My question is, in regards to Dante Thornton, do you expect him to return to the field soon?
For DT, yes. We do expect to get him back. He's been banged up a little bit, but we're expecting him to get back on the field and see some action in the preseason at some point here.
So, are you buying that? Are you buying that answer? Anybody? Chat, feel free to please interact and give me your answers as well when I ask this question. All good. Are y'all buying that answer?
Throw it back to me one more time.
What's the
you want to hear one? Let me
one more time.
Hey, Coach. My question is, in regards to Dante Thornton, do you expect him to return to the field soon?
For DT, yes. We do expect to get him back. He's been banged up a little bit, but we're expecting him to get back on the field and see some action in the preseason at some point here.
That's a not too optimistic answer to me. We hope to see him at some point in the preseason. I don't know.
Man, that's what I was. Dr. Berry, what's good with you, man? No, and I agree with you. Doc. That does not sound very promising. You know what I mean? Like, and if I'm being honest, I had to shorten up the clip because there was a lot of dead airspace when he was trying to figure out what to exactly say. You know what I mean? So I kind of had to. It took up like 10 seconds of dead airspace to where he was trying to answer the question. It was just I just shortened it up.
Yeah, that's coach speak for fuck that guy.
type shit.
Yeah, ask me some bullshit. This motherfucker, fuck that fool.
It's low key disappointing too, bro. It's disappointing, man, because that Dante Thornton's got the skill set, bro. Like to the frame and the natural given talent, he's got it, bro. It's just, it's hard. It's hard for guys that big to really move like that at the way his 40 time is in the NFL, bro. So I just don't know if it's transitioning or what it is, bro. But it's unfortunate, bro. A lot of us thought we could get something out of Dante Thornton, and he just hasn't lived up to it, bro.
I mean, he's really a one to two trick pony. He's either running the go or he's running the post. Maybe you can man on an over, but in terms of his speed, it's kind of deceptive, but not necessarily in a good way. It's like if you look for him to run in tight spaces, it doesn't work. But if you set him in a straight line, it'll be like, man, that dude really ate up that ground pretty goddamn fast.
His speed can definitely be deceptive, bro, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, fast, cool, that's great. You guys know me. Speed means nothing if you can't catch the ball.
And you got to
know what I mean? You got to be able to catch the ball. You got to be able to run a route at least be an average route runner and not a below average route runner. Like at minimum, if you gonna not catch everything, you should at least be running the right route. And then on top of that, to top it, put the cherry on top, bro, you ain't even healthy. You're not even healthy.
Allegedly.
So, SoCal Sal, man, blessings to you, bro. Thank you for pulling up, man. Appreciate the birthday wishes. I truly do, man. Thornton might be bagging groceries soon. Hey, I don't know. It all depends on what is Darius Hayward Bay. You already know, Darius Hayward Bay come to mind immediately. Fast as shit, but couldn't catch a cold. You know what I mean? On a snowy day, butt naked, drenched in hot water. He couldn't catch a cold. I'm just saying. Raffle, what's good with you, man? Blessings. He just needs to learn route running. Running straight doesn't always work, especially if you can't fight off the corners in the beginning. Hey, you ain't never lied with that one, man. Exactly, Dirty Jordan does not. He don't know how to run routes, bro. That's what I see on film when I go back and I look at last year, bro. His route running was atrocious. You know what I mean? Luden's cards. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. It's me. You know what I mean? It's my birthday.
Shout out to Dirty Bag. Happy birthday, bro. My man.
Yeah. So he was asked another question, man. He was asked a question about these defensive backs. So let's see what he had to say, what the question was, and what he had to say.
Good morning, Coach. Especially for these rookies and even in the secondary, obviously with some struggles. It was their first time going up against somebody else not wearing silver and black. How important is this tape going to be for them as they continue to learn and grow?
Very important, and we wanted to put them in a lot of man coverage situations. We have some decisions to make, so it's important that we see these guys cover, and it's great for Jamad to go out and get that experience. His first football in a year. I still can't say enough great things about what he's done to get himself physically to this point. I'm really proud of him. And last night he got back to football and got a few thrown on him, but he's going to be better for it. So we'll just keep improving.
What do you hell than talk about Dante Gordon, doesn't it?
You sound like he got more faith in the DBs.
Just a little.
Just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. We ready. He said, Willie Wayne said the Texans is going down, and we ready to see where we stand versus Texans. It's a great benchmark. I don't know if it is really a great benchmark after what the Chargers did. I wouldn't say it would be a great had it been like a close game, then maybe, but it wasn't even close. So,
yeah.
Huh?
No, I was trying to remember that. I thought you were talking about the Chargers, but beating up on somebody in the preseason.
I think. Did you mean the Cardinals, Dirty? When you said the Chargers?
No. Who did the Texans play this week?
Oh, I don't know. That's another thing I was going to.
Yeah, I believe they played the Chargers.
Oh, okay.
I believe the Texans played the Chargers in the preseason this week.
Sure.
Yeah, first games don't mean a whole bunch, but I can see what you're saying.
Yeah, they played them on Thursday too, and it was 27-7, San Diego.
Well, I think the only difference between like our game though and like the Chargers, like we're gonna scrimmage them. You know what I mean? And there's gonna be like actual schemes and shit put into the scrimmage. So I think it's gonna be a little bit different than what the Chargers, because the Chargers and the Texans, they didn't scrimmage against each other. That shit was pure vanilla. You know what I'm saying? I think the Texans game is gonna be a little bit different. It might not be a measuring stick, but I think the Texans, especially defensively, they're gonna test the physicality of our offense for sure. So rather it's the starters out there for limited reps of the Texans, or the backups, regardless, D'Amico Ryans. He preaches physicality, and that's one thing that's kept the Texans really competitive since he's been there. Is they're just a physical football team, especially up front on both sides of the football. So it's going to be interesting for sure because, like I said, we're going to scrimmage them. So it's going to be a little bit different, at least in my opinion.
No, that's a good valid opinion. My whole thing is even when you scrimmage, right? The Raiders seem to be throwing in a lot of schemes. You know what I mean? They seem to be trying to really install what it is what they want to run this year. Most people were saying, "Oh, they're not going to really run too many plays. They're not going to really." I said, I feel like you don't really have a lot of time to kind of slide your playbook in, kind of real easy, like slow, you know what I mean? Like you don't really have that type of time. You kind of got to force feed, you know what I mean, some of these people and see who get it and see who don't. Those who get it and can perform it and make it happen, that's who you ride with. Those who can't grasp it or understand it, that's who you bring along slowly and build them up. So I mean, when it comes to the DBs, I'm hoping that the game that we saw from them was a first game jitters when it comes to Masses and McCoy. I hope that it was just first game jitters, and that when we see them this week, they kind of knock it off a little bit and show up to really play some ball. Cash Lord, my dude, what's good with you, Brody? Thank you for the birthday wishes, man. I greatly appreciate that. Graffa says, I like what y'all building over there. That boy Max Crosby gonna give my Texans hell. Hey, look, it's preseason. I don't even know if Max gonna play, but
He'll be in the practices.
Yeah, he's gonna be in the scrimmage. I think he means like
he gonna be in the, he gonna be in them. He definitely gonna be in them scrimmages, giving running rampant. But
he's gonna wreck their practice for once. I'm about tired of him wrecking our goddamn shit. Go wreck somebody else's practice. Good damn it. You go wreck somebody else's shit. Go fuck them up, dude. Stop fucking us up. Hopefully he goes around hitting his arm like he was hitting Kirk Cousins' arm. Goddamn it. Keep that same energy, Max Crosby.
Yeah. Fight motherfucker too.
Yeah, go fight them, goddammit. Stop trying to fight them. I call that.
So Bruce Willis says if our corners play off wide receivers, we are screwed again. So I would say yes and no. See, the thing about it is when I go back and I look at it, McCoy was doing all the right things. He was in all the right places. The only issue he has is that he ain't strong enough.
Yeah.
He ain't physical enough. He ain't grasped that concept of physicality it takes to play that position in the NFL. And he was just kind of getting manhandled and ragdolled out the way for those catches. So Deuce Gruden need to go ahead and pull youngster to the side and be like, hey man, here's the workout plan. You need to get with it. You need to get some upper body strength, man, because you just getting pushed around out here. So I wasn't high on it when I first initially watched it, but as I went back and I looked at some more replays and watched what was going on, I just was like, for sure, I can dig that. I kind of like that. So, yeah, I'm not even really mad at the DBs. I hope they go out and knock off the first game jitters and come on back in and make me feel better about myself.
My biggest issue with the DBs, bro, was all the aggression and shit that we were taught or we were told in the offseason. You know, these guys are jumping routes, they're preaching turnovers, ball skills. I seen a bunch of defensive backs that just sat back and watched everything happen, dude. Like no aggression, no sense of urgency, just allowing it to happen, bro. But at the same time, they were running a lot of man. Clint did say, you know, he wanted to test these guys out man to man and see where they stood. I will say right now, at least with the vanilla scheme, that man to man shit ain't gonna work, bro. We might as well scrap that, dude. Scrap that shit now.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got another special guest backstage that I want to bring out, and this is another brother that I had the chance to break bread with. He actually came to my house for Thanksgiving dinner, and they don't even celebrate Thanksgiving like that where he at. But he had a chance to come to the house, hang out, flew halfway around the world to catch a Raider game, and stayed for many, many moons past what he planned. But I swear for God, I know he enjoyed himself, man. This is truly somebody I call a friend. You know what I mean? Enjoy his company when he's around and look forward to seeing him again this year if he's coming on out. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mr. Apokasi Raider. What up, AR?
What's going on, gang? Bento, Robinson, and Eddie, happy birthday to you, my friend.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it.
How old are you? 31 now?
47.
27.
47.
31?
Yeah. I'm with nope. I like the age I'm at, man. I don't go no higher. I don't go no lower. I just appreciate
what you got.
A little bit of time that was given, and I'm sure enough appreciating the time that's left.
So can I propose a question about the secondary?
Wide receivers, but
yeah, that's me.
I was gonna ask you guys. So you guys know how they've been saying that the corners have been looking good and playing somewhat competitive in camp. Is it more of a sign of them being better and the DB room getting better, or the lack of talent that we have at wide receiver? I think that's a question that really needs to be asked as well, because a lot of us don't think our wide receiver room is very good. So, I mean, of course, you would expect some DBs that are at least halfway decent to come in and play clamps on our wide receiver room, no? Because that should look terrible against a different wide receiver room. And obviously that wide receiver room looks like it might have just a little bit more talent than ours does.
Well, from everything I've been hearing, about practice lately, is that Kirk Cousins out there slanging them things, man. Kirk Cousins out there barbecuing people, man. He putting up touchdowns. He putting up first downs. Man, he out there roasting these cats like peanuts, man. Honey roasted kind too. You know what I mean? So, is it the DBs lacking, or
it's not my birthday, Grapha? It's Dirty's birthday, bro. My bad. I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to make sure he gave birthday credit to his birthday.
All good. It's kind of like, whose fault is it really? Is the offense rising, or is or is the defense slacking? So Kubiak was asked a question about the defense, and let's see what he had to say about this defense.
Clint, so the number one thing, or at least something that was noticeable about the defense, was that the pass rush really didn't get going until the second half. Obviously, not having Max played a factor in that, but what do you plan to do as far as helping out the pass rush moving forward as we continue along?
Yeah, third down was not good enough last night in that first half, and when you're not, I thought Arizona did a really good job too of attacking man coverage, and they made some plays on the ball. So the coverage and the pass rush has to work together, and we'll continue to improve it.
Are y'all buying these short answers?
There's really nothing else to add to that. They got to improve it. It wasn't good enough. You'll get some of those will clean itself with a better pass rush. But until that pass rush gets there, those guys are out on an island. And the downside to that is if the quarterback's got time to throw and can pinpoint his accuracy, at some point you're going to get beat.
Yep.
Whatever way you cook it or you cut it, I don't care. Where's the lie? It needs to be better. That's my short.
Yeah, I mean it's hard. I mean it's hard to play man to man, bro. That's why you don't really see a lot of teams that just come out and run pure man to man anymore, bro. Coaches and quarterbacks, I mean offensive play callers and quarterbacks are just too good to consistently lose to man coverage, bro. Athletes are too good, receivers are too good. All these guys are just too good, bro. That's why I don't really understand the mindset of running just straight man. You see man variations nowadays, but it's mainly man variations of zone, like cover 4, quarters or palms coverage, something like that, bro. Teams don't just run pure man to man anymore, bro. That shit just really don't work. Like I said, pick routes, rub routes, just pure athleticism, shit like that is going to defeat man coverage 9 times out of 10, bro. And I mean, unless you got fucking, Darrelle Revis or fucking Patrick Surtain or somebody, Nnamdi Asomugha, I mean, you can't just come out and just run man coverage like that, bro. Yo ass will get fried, bro. 100%. And the Raiders are seeing it.
They know you're in it.
Yep.
And that was the last time we had a lockdown man-to-man cornerback, Nnamdi Asomugha. And I keep saying, how long has it been since he's been in the door? You know what I mean? That's 16 years ago. I'm getting tired of waiting for someone else to show up and be that guy.
We're still talking corners, bro. 16 years and we're still talking corners.
16 years later. And it's not like we're not trying. How many times have we swung in the first round specifically to try and find a guy, and none of these cats pan out? I'm getting so sick of it.
Father and Son football, what it do, man? Blessings to you. Blessings to you.
I'm not winning.
Man. You know, look. I believe when, everybody going into this game really had high hopes. They thought they were going to see something different from this defense. Me included. I thought I was going to see a decent show. You know what I mean? I thought I was going to see a halfway decent showing of some excellent coverage, some pass rush, some run stopping. I didn't really see any of that. The starting D, it was okay. It needs some fine tuning. But man, when they left and then backups came in, boy, it got pretty bad, man. It got pretty bad, man. So,
well, Patrick Johnson was able to do some things in terms of the pass rushing, and with the third stringers. Him and Cian Sloan were the bright spots. So there is that, but I agree for the most part. It wasn't impressive across the board. I want to give those two cats a bit of a shout out because those are two guys who are fighting for a depth spot, and they're showing just that.
I'll say that Greedy Vance was a bright spot that I did see while I was watching.
Greedy Vance too. I'll give him his flowers.
Cody Lindenberg had a hell of a game too, dude.
Yep.
Cody Lindenberg looks real fucking good, bro. Tommy
Eichenberg looked like terrible.
Yeah. And then he's over here punching people and shit. That's crazy.
Well, both those two guys remind me of Ben Heaney. Both of them are fairly competent when they get to the point of attack. But once they get wrapped up in blocks, I mean, this is just me. Like, it's a wrap. You know what I mean? Like, that's my criticism of those two.
Shout out to Phil.
Morgan Freeman in the building, man. I ain't seen you in a very, very, very long time. What's good with you, brother? Hope all is well. Don't say nothing crazy, man. We keep it nice and clean over here these days, man. We try to keep it nice and clean over here these days. Greedy was a great name for a DB. Said Eschenberg can't tackle my grandsons. Who are the players in your defense that we ought to keep our eye on versus my Houston Texans?
Hey, Dirty, I think Phil Robinson's going to cut out, my boy.
Take care, Phil.
All right, Philly Phil.
All right, Phils, have a good one. Thank you for having me on.
Take it easy, Phil.
See you, man.
Yes, sir.
Good to link up with you guys, Ben. Afakasi, it's been too long.
Not that part.
Man.
Nice to see you still pushing, my boy.
Yes, sir.
You take care, man.
Yes, sir. Blessings. Who are four guys on our defense? Honestly, if you definitely want to avoid Quay Walker. You know what I mean? You definitely want to avoid Quay Walker.
I'll be right.
You definitely want to avoid Max Crosby. Other than that, I really don't know, bro. Like maybe Troy Polamalu over the top. You know what I mean? Like you might not want to really throw his way over the top. Like if you do, you want to be precise because if you overthrow it, he is gonna go get it. That's one of the things I do like about him. Like if you overthrow it, he will go get it. He's not just gonna let it slide. Kuntz, not so much. Tonka. People were saying high things, but I didn't really see it last week. So, N'Kobe Dean got to show me something. You know, if he on fire, you want to avoid him. But as it stands right now, getting back healthy, it's not somebody I would put on the list of people to avoid. But yeah,
I think the reason why I'm kind of chilling with Tonka, is because I feel like Tonka is like fucking Robin to Max Crosby's Batman. You know what I'm saying? I don't think we're going to see the same production from Tonka Hemingway without Max out there, bro. And what I mean by that is just the amount of attention that Max Crosby garnishes allows players like Tonka Hemingway to shine a little bit more, you know, and they were workout buddies. Like they were talking about You know, they said Tonka Hemingway was the first guy in the building every single morning with Max Crosby, and you know he wasn't out there. I'm not making no excuses, but it's one preseason game. I think we all know that Tonka she flashed last year, and he's got some potential. When we see, you know, real bullets flying, you know, I think this game against the scrimmage against the Texans, the Raiders, you'll see the Raiders. If Tonka Hemingway's making noise with Max Crosby in this scrimmage, then I think it can probably rest. We'll probably set itself in stone a little bit, but that's going to tell a lot.
No, I agree. I mean, at the same time, like, you still want to see some guys, despite the fact that, like, your marquee player on the defensive line is out. Okay, well, somebody else step up. Somebody else, you know, be that guy. And it's a bit of a shame that we don't have anybody else who can step in and fill like even half the void if Max Crosby's not on the field. But I do like Tonka. Like, he had a quiet game. I'm hoping he stamps his authority a little bit more in the next 2 games, because I'm right there with you. I was impressed with his rookie season, with all things considered. It's how many times do I have to say it on a live stream? Like, how many times are we swinging for DTs via the draft, and none of these cats are panning out to be even competent rotational guys, and I'm getting real tired of it. And I'm hoping it can be different with Tonka. I mean, we were so confident, a lot of us, that we were going to draft a nose tackle or DT early in this year's draft, and we didn't. We drafted a guy in the 7th round, and that for me speaks volumes on the confidence level that they have in the guys that we drafted last year, specifically JJ Pegues and Tonka. So can one of these guys fill that void at DT? Like, there's guys I like there. You know, him, those two, Jonah Lalu, Adam Butler, and Thomas Booker. I just want there to be someone who's like, yeah, he's our starter, and he's good enough to fill that gap, at least for the now and for the foreseeable future.
So moving on to the next one. Clint Kubiak was asked about the 3rd quarter. Basically, I'm giving you the short versions of the questions, but I'll let you hear the questions that was asked, and I'll give you the answers, and I'll let you hear the answers. So this was about the 3rd quarter.
Hey, Clint. Last night in the 3rd quarter, Arizona had a 4th and 2 where they picked it up right at the sticks, where you could have potentially challenged. Not asking why you didn't or why you did. I just wanted to know about your process. Did it work out the way you wanted in terms of communication from the booth and the way that you guys had kind of planned to go about that? I know the Cardinals hurried up and got to the line right away, so they didn't have much time. But I just want to know if your process went the way that you kind of wanted in terms of those kind of communications.
Yeah, I think overall I was really happy with our process, and you know, we'll keep improving as these next games go, getting ready for Miami.
It's a good comment there by Blackton. Grayed out.
Said our DT was so bad we signed one immediately. Yeah.
His name rhymes with my name. I forgot his name, but I remember it rhymes with my name. He's Nigerian.
Yeah. Hold on. It was just said right here.
That's it. Follow Batakasi.
Yeah.
Say he's pretty solid. Nice.
Yeah, say it's pretty solid. So we'll see. Hopefully he's not brought in just to be a camp body. Sorry. Hopefully he's not brought in to be just a camp body. Do us fans think JPJ is better than what he really is? Another coaching group, and he's the one going back and forth with Caleb Rogers. I'm starting to have my questions about JPJ. I'm being honest. I'm starting to really have my questionable doubts about JPJ. The one thing he didn't need, but the one thing he didn't need was to walk off the field injured today.
Yeah, it's not good.
I told you I don't like injured offensive linemen, bro. If you injured now, you're a big guy. You're not going to recover fast. It's going to be a while before you recover. So now you go into the season what 60%, 70%. Like, at this point, man, give Caleb Rogers the first team reps, build up his confidence, build up his skill set, and let's run with it. Because I'm just about sick of JPJ being on the PUP list, and I got a feeling that's where he's headed again. So
at least we have some fairly competent, at least what I believe, depth guys who can fill the void. I mean, Caleb Rogers, you should be competent enough to fill that gap. Even Trey Zune, who I like, is that guy who can fill in at any spot on the offensive line. So if JPJ ain't there, then can one of those two guys step up? But like I will say, I did like what I saw from him in preseason. I thought he played very well. Seeing him blocking at the first level and then getting to the second level with Linderbaum, it was very impressive.
No, I like that, but if you can't continuously do it because you can't stay healthy, then it's about time to move on. You know what I mean?
Yeah, see, your best ability is availability, bro.
Yeah,
your best ability is availability. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's tough. You know, the severity of the injury with Jackson Powers Johnson hasn't really been released yet. We're hoping it's nothing serious, but you know, it's concerning. You know, not only when you leave the field in practice, but then you don't return to practice, and that's where the real, you know, concern lies with JPJ, and you know, the unknown factor of what his injury could be. If he is truly injured, you know, maybe he just fucking, I don't know, fucking got a breath, his wind knocked out or something. Who knows? But you know, obviously, I think we'll probably hear more in terms of the severity and if he'll miss any practice. I'm not sure if Kubiak's going to meet with the media, but I'm sure as soon as he does, that'll be probably one of the first things he's asked. But yeah, man, I hope it's nothing severe. But you know, just him, like I said, him not coming back to practice is concerning.
Yeah, if he's not back in practice this week and he's not playing in this week's game, and Caleb Rodriguez goes out there and has a monster game and goes out there and really performs, JPJ could be looking at being on the trade blocks or relegated to the second string.
Well, on the positive side, look, I'd rather these things happen for the now than in the regular season, and at least he showed us some things on tape with his preseason outing. To be honest, I'm okay with him sitting the rest of the preseason if he comes back and plays and is healthy for week one. You know, I personally saw enough to be confident that he can start if he's healthy. Sit him. I'd rather now than in the season when it matters, when the live fire is happening. So,
if this D tackle we just got, if he don't work out, you know what I mean? If this new D tackle doesn't work out, trade JPJ in a third round for Villa, and let's go. I'm good with that, man. I was thinking the DCam Richardson in a third round for Vita Vea. I feel like that would be a good trade that will possibly go through. Because they need.
What value does DCam Richardson got?
They need defensive backs.
What value does he have? I mean, beside the fact that he's young and coming into his third year, dude's done nada.
It's a position of need for them. And they get.
You get what I'm saying, though. Like he's done nada.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying, but yeah, they get.
What has he done?
If you could trade a DCam Richardson in a third round pick, and that's what the Bucks would take to get Vita Vea, and give up and pay at least half the salary on it, you wouldn't make that deal.
Well, I'm just speaking out loud that the fact that this is his third year, he's still fighting for to do anything on literally the worst team in the league. Like, what value does he have on another team? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying.
I fully hear you. I'm just saying, like, but if that was
if I was a GM for another team, I'd be like, that guy. What?
Hey, look, I'm just saying. If you throw that out there and the other team goes, okay, yeah, that's a deal. Like you're not going to continue.
Maybe smoking crack, but okay.
I'm just saying, position of need, low cost. You know what I mean? It's not going to cost him really anything to bring him in. If it pans out, you know what I mean. Everybody wins because they still got a third round pick. Plus, they got a defensive back that actually panned out and works for them, right? If it doesn't, shit, they still got a 3rd-round pick. They got Vita Vea off their books. They don't have a concern for that anymore. And we all move on. We the ones that got to worry about Vita Vea actually pulling through. You know what I mean? Pay him all that money and then he don't do shit. And then we got to negotiate a new contract with him or take that loss next season. So, like, you know, or trade JPJ for Vita Vea and a 3rd or 4th round pick. That'll work too.
Look, I like Vita Vea, but honestly, all this Vita Vea talk is giving me shades of what's his face? And
I'm not saying you got to do that.
In years past, like every time we go into the preseason, the off season, we're gonna get Ndamukong Suh. We're gonna trade for Ndamukong Suh. He's coming in, and we just don't do it. I ain't getting excited for nobody until they're officially a Raider.
Oh, he came in and he was terrible.
Who? Suh.
Yeah, Ndamukong Suh.
No.
Well, we never got Ndamukong Suh.
We got Jared McCoy.
We got Gerald McCoy. Yeah. Gerald McCoy was low key solid too, and then he got injured.
Yeah. I think the last week of preseason or week 1.
Yeah. I mean, I was at that game too. That was the 2021 season. He got hurt against the Ravens. That was tough.
Why does it sound like my son is still up? Sounds like the 4-year-old still up, man. That does not make any sense. So that was the 3rd quarter. I got a couple more that I want to go over. This next one was about Trey Zoom. So he had a short answer for a short question about Trey Zoom.
Coach, we saw Trey Zoom play mainly at right tackle last night. We know we've seen him move around quite a bit during practice. What went into the decision for him to play a right tackle last night?
You know, we have moved him around quite a bit, and that's what we drafted him to do. And that's a position that we wanted to see him get live reps in a game with. So that was the plan going in.
So Trey Zoom was drafted to play multiple positions. Something I guess we all really already knew. You know what I mean? It was one of the highlights of his traits, you know, his abilities. One of the things was, ladies and gentlemen, real quick, got another special guest I want to bring out. This is my brother, my friend, my guy. Whatever I'm in AZ, you know what I mean? We break bread whenever he in SoCal. You know what I mean? He always touch down. We break bread and hang out. Ladies and gentlemen, my cousin from another, my brother from another, Mr. King of Controversy, one and only Mr. JT. What's good with you, Tizzle?
Figure it's JT. What's going on, JT?
What up?
How y'all doing tonight, man? Happy birthday, brother. Happy birthday. Way to make it around the sun again, man.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, man. I appreciate that. For real. So we were just breaking down the Trey Zoom. So with JPJ going down, you know what I mean, Trey Zoom having ability to play, you know what I mean, that guard position. Like right now it's Caleb Rogers' job as long as JPJ is hurt, right? They had him playing a lot of right tackle. Do you think with the injury to JPJ after today, we got to wait till tomorrow to see what the extent of the injury is? But if it's something long term, do you think they start converting Zoom into a guard and having him play that position, or do they leave him at tackle and try and coach him up there, and then they just put all their eggs in the basket of Caleb Rogers?
I'll go first if anyone else doesn't want to.
Go ahead, Aaron. Go ahead, you good.
Look, I've always liked the pick of Trey Zoom. I watched quite a bit of his tape after we drafted him, and I was very impressed with what he was able to do at the collegiate level. I liked what he brings to the table. It's dexterity, I think, is his best trait. And while I was confident he could play center, left guard, and left tackle, I wasn't so sure about what he can do on the right side. And I think that's why they specifically put him there in that first week of preseason. And to see that he was doing that at right tackle and doing quite a competent job, I really like. It gives me even more confidence in him being what I feel is what's best for him year one specifically. Stay on the bench until somebody's out injured or needs to come out, and then he can fill in anywhere. So I would prefer if Caleb Rogers is the guy to start at right guard, if he's good enough to, which he should be. If we're missing game time with JPJ, and then Trey Zoon, if whoever's on the line, whether it be the guard position, the center position, or the tackle position goes out during the course of the season, then we can be confident we've got a guy who can do the job. So that's why I would prefer he rode the bench, despite the fact of JPJ's injury for the now.
JT, Ben, anybody?
I mean, I like Trey Zoon, bro. I think, when we drafted him, he was drafted, be one of the more versatile guys, if not the most versatile guy on our offensive line. But, coach said that they're going to play him in a lot of different positions, but they're going to try to find him his one position and have him settle into that one position. So I'm interested to see exactly where they feel like he's going to play. Me personally, I feel like he's probably going to end up playing right tackle sooner than later. It's GJ Glaze worries me, bro. I didn't like what I've seen and what I've heard so far about DJ Glaze. I feel like he's more natural to play as a right tackle, but like Dirty said though, bro, if JPJ's and we talked about JPJ's injury, if that ends up being a significant injury and he misses time, then yeah, I could definitely see Trey Zoon filling that role. I'm gonna send the link to Jack Kenna, Dirty. Jack Kenna said he wants to pull up.
Yeah, as long as he keeps it in order. Jack can't interrupt. you gotta go with the flow, Jack. You gotta go with the flow. So the next JT, you got something?
Oh yeah.
The next one.
It's very telling if they want him to play multiple positions. It tells me he's a backup, he's not a starter. I want him. For me, I'm not looking for backups. I'm not looking for replacement players. I'm looking for people who can fill positions as a starter right now. I'm trying to build a team. I'm not trying to build a team of starters. I'm not trying to build a team of replacement players. And we need starters. So if you're not good enough to be a starter, I'm not trying to do projects and, hey, you can be here, you can be here, you can be here. You're not good enough to start, then you're not good enough really to, I'm not really worried about you, bro, honestly. I'd rather him master one craft than to master multiple things. So if he's a tackle, play him at tackle. Play him at his natural position. And stop trying to make something out of nothing. Just because you have accolades and you can do something, no, let him get good at this, and let's put someone else in who can play guard. I'm tired of trying to make stuff happen, or no, unless he's going to be a guard, play him at guard. If he's a tackle, play him at tackle. Let's develop players properly. Like we've been doing this shit for too long and it doesn't work.
You want to give him a shout out, Dirty? Otherwise, I was going to reply to JT on that.
Yeah, D Minutes, man. Greatly appreciate you, man. Thank you for the super chat on my birthday, man. The $10 goes a long way, man. I greatly appreciate it. More than I can verbally express, man. I'm not necessarily big on the super chats, man. Because it's not a necessity. You know what I mean, to get the love back from me that you give to me, so I give it back freely, because you know what I mean, you give it to me freely, so I give it back freely. But I greatly appreciate you, man. It means a lot, man. I do. You know what I mean? So thank you very, 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 very much, man. Very much. D Minutes a real one too, man. You know what I mean?
Met him in LA.
Yeah, D Minutes is a real one, bro. Every time I bullshit you not, bro. Every time I see D Minutes, man, he be like, man, I had one rolled up just for you. And that shit be fat as hell. I'm like, damn, bro. Like, man, you bringing me bringing me Bam Bam bats out here, bro. Like, bro, I feel like
I mean this in the best way. He is definitely a menace in a endearing way.
Yeah, man. He D Menace. That's my.
He's
dude,
a menace.
Like, that's one guy I could say like I have gone up to where he's at. You know what I mean, to watch a game at the bar with him. You know what I mean, and the rest of the Raider Nation booster club that's up there in Apple Valley. So,
yeah,
coolest motherfucker. I love him.
And they made the first time I went, they made me an honorary member, man. So I greatly appreciate it. Always have, always will. You know what I mean? Appreciate it. And I am gonna go back this year and film this year watching the game up there and where they're at. So yeah, appreciate it.
Definitely D-Menace a real one.
Yeah, D-Menace is definitely a real one, bro. You'll never get a bad word about D-Menace coming up out of my mouth.
And he's always been here to support us, bro.
I'll probably pop you in the mouth for lying about him if you did say something bad, because I don't know that to be true. So,
nobody's saying nothing bad about D-Menace.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying you say something bad.
I know what you're saying.
Me,
I know what you're saying.
You know what I mean? I don't know what you're saying to be true, so I take it as a lie. When you remember when you was a kid and you told a lie, you got popped in the mouth, like, you know what I mean? You got a quick little pop in the mouth, stop chatting your box, you know what I mean? Flapping your lips. But
yeah.
I think West Side
Wrestling. To everybody, man. Earn, check IG. Ben will send you the link on IG.
I'll send it to you right now, Aaron.
If I can just respond to JT,
yes,
if that's okay. Yeah. JT, I hear what you're saying. Like, we do this many a times where we're trying to move players around and try the development of one position, then the other, and then the other. And I get that. I'm pretty tired and sick of it too. But like with Trey Zoon specifically, that was one of his draft traits coming out of college that he was able to bring to the table, and I think that's his greatest strength. So with him specifically, I'm all for nurturing that, and I think that's a valuable asset to have. As I said before, a guy who we can have on the bench, who we can be confident that if somebody goes down to injury, then we've got someone who's good enough to plug in anywhere. Come year 3, year 4, then if he's good enough to start and just stay where he is, then I'm all for just leaving him there. But for the now, I like what we're doing with him. Just keep him as that depth guy and as that guy who can come into the pinch and start anywhere.
I hear that, but we don't need depth right now. We need to find people who actually are going to compete and start and challenge other people for their position. So we trying to figure out how we can utilize his skill set, which is, hey, he can play multiple positions, but he's not good enough to start. I'm not trying to focus on you right now. I'm trying to figure out right now who's worth me actually giving starter reps to. Especially this year, like you've been in the league three years, your third year, and we still trying to figure out with 3 different coaches what you are. That's on you. That's on you not developing yourself.
Who are you talking about, JBJ or Trey Zoon?
Trey Zoon. You said it's his 3rd year, right?
No, it's not. He's a rookie.
Zoon is a rookie.
Trey Zoon is
Zoon is a rookie. We just got him.
Just got him.
You said Trey Zerk?
Zoom.
Trey Zoom.
Trey Zoom the third. Yeah, Trey Zoom the third. Who the fuck is Zerk? Hold on. We got some guests, man. We got some guests. It's the birthday show, man. You know, long as you keep it respectful and G, you can come and hang with me. Ladies and gentlemen, first off, my homeboy, my road dog, you know what I mean? My religious advisor when I need it. You know what I mean? It ain't often, but when I do need it, I holler at my brody, the CEO of Brown Crackers, my homeboy, the one and only Mr. Redder Twan. What's good, Mr. Twan?
Hey, what's good? What's good? Blessings to everybody, man. How y'all doing?
Saludos.
Then we got another cat over here. This guy is an OG Raider fan, man. He don't stick to this one. He don't stick to the script. He be all over the place. Hopefully his Wi-Fi ain't spotty. Love him to death, man. Love him to death, man. Mr. Jack.
Hopefully he got a full battery.
What's good with you, Jack?
Hey, salute, gentlemen. You know, Ben, AR, Dirty, Twan, and anyone else that I can't see anymore because I got like a double screen with like this screenshot on my phone. So salute, brothers, and salute the nation.
We had one more. Hopefully he come back. If he's still watching, still listening, hopefully he slide back in. Yeah, man, thank you guys for pulling up, man. I appreciate you, man. Thank you for coming through and having fun with me on this wonderful 47th birthday.
Whose birthday?
Mine.
Oh, well, happy birthday, bro.
Thank you, bro.
Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. You don't see you didn't read it? You didn't read it? It says
no, I just hopped in and then I said I want to hop in the chat.
Well, you know this motherfucker don't read shit. He just see the Raiders live. I'm going up in there.
Hey, Jack showing up to the birthday party and don't know whose birthday it is, man.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jack, bro.
He loves Jack.
What's your guys' thoughts on Trey Zoom?
I think Trey Zoom, with Clint Kubiak already had his idea when they decided to draft him. He's definitely going to be that sixth man, coming off the offensive line. And I think with the situation of our quarterbacks, people want to debate if we're actually going to carry, 3 quarterbacks on our 53. Well, that's where we're going to have the flexibility is because of Trey Zoom being that sixth man. Now, I think with Trey Zoom, the ultimate goal is right now he's the sixth man, but eventually, probably year 2, possibly year 3, he actually etches out some spot on the offensive line. I don't know where, whether it be a tackle or whether it be a guard situation, but I think he'll eventually slide into one of those spots because, again, I think Burford is not a long-term situation for us anyway. So I think that might be an opportunity for somebody to slide in at guard. You know what I'm saying? So, I think year 1 is definitely him being the sixth man, being the rotational piece, giving us that quarterback flexibility. But year 2, year 3, I think that he's going to etch himself out to be, on the starting roster or at least competing to be on the starting roster.
I agree with that. It's like I said, like I like what we have at least as a bare minimum with the Trey Zone. A guy who's, as you put it, the sixth man, and a guy who can fill in anywhere. I really believe that's a very valuable asset to have, especially as a rookie. Come year 2, year 3, if he's good enough to start, then fantastic. But at least we got a guy who can go anywhere in the line if somebody goes down.
Yeah, Juan, I totally agree, bro. Sixth man, they got to put him at right tackle right now because that's probably the hardest position. You're on an island, so you got to put him out there. But man, if our center went down, do you want Meredith or do you want Zune? Our left guard goes down, Moppy is going to be cut. So who's the backup there? Rodgers, I kind of can see Rodgers kind of moving over there, but we haven't seen that yet. So Zune is that chess piece that can be moved all over the board. So I like what the Raiders are doing, but don't hold them down to one position, nation, for sure.
JPJ would be the guy I would rather slide into center if Linderbaum wasn't available. But I agree with you.
AR, dude, I can't argue that, bro. That is facts, dude. I would love that. It's like I honestly didn't like, JPJ going away from center. But after, getting Linderbaum, now it's just a fact. Linderbaum is just that guy.
Nobody was more excited for Linderbaum to come into the door than JPJ. I mean, he was one of the first players, if not the first, to tweet out about his being pleased about the signing. of Linderbaum. So, yeah, I think he's happy where he's at as long as he's got his tag mate in one of the best centers, if not the best center in the league.
And I think also too, AR, to what you're saying is, I think part of that excitement was that actually JPJ can actually solidify what his focus is. He doesn't have to worry about trying to figure out how to play center and play guard. You know what I'm saying? Like he came in this off season, you know what I'm saying? Okay, knowing I'm going to play guard and I can focus on playing guard. And for a young player, no matter how talented he was in college, a young player, like that's, you can mess up a player by having him, if he wasn't moving around like that, you can really mess up a player like that, especially in the NFL. You want them to know how to play guard in the NFL. You want him to learn how to play center in the NFL, like not flipping them around and moving them around like that. Now, I understand in emergency situations, game time, man goes down. Okay, we need you to go ahead and take care of that. But your preparation, is key, especially in the off season. So I think JPJ was excited to say, okay, I'm going to be a guard, and that's what I'm going to focus on. You know what I'm saying, throughout the the beginning of the season.
Ladies and gentlemen, I got another guest backstage real quick. If I can interrupt. This is another cat that's been around since day one.
What's up, Cal? Cool Kev.
He actually pulled up to my house one time when he came down to LA, man. We chopped it up. My old house. He hasn't been in my new house, but he has been in my old house. So, I consider him a friend, even though we had a fallout in a big splash all over social media. You know what I mean? In the end, we were grown enough to both admit our mistakes and our miscommunications, and that garners respect from me. So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, West Side Media's Radio Earn. What's good with you, Earn?
What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Shit.
What's good?
Hey, first off, happy birthday to you, Dirty. You know what I'm saying? I seen it was your birthday. I was like, man, I gotta pull up and tell the homie happy birthday and things.
Thank you, brother. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, very
much. Yes, sir. What's going on with everybody? How you been?
We blessed, brother. We blessed. You got any thoughts on Trey Zoom?
On Trey Zoom, center,
right tackle, center, left tackle, right guard.
Remember, he's the guy we drafted who can fill in anywhere.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I don't know much about him, but if he can fill in anywhere, then that's exactly what we need. Because there ain't no telling where the injury is going to pop up. He's going to be center. He's going to be guard. He's going to be tackle. And if we have somebody that can play all those positions, then that sounds wonderful. I remember we had a guy like that. I can't remember his name. It was when we played in Oakland. You guys remember his name?
Barnes.
Khalif Barnes. That's who it was.
Or John Feliciano.
Not Khalif Barnes.
Khalif Barnes was before Feliciano. Yeah, Khalif Barnes.
Kind of looked like Khalif Barnes.
Was the right tackle.
Real quick before
Barnes
we
played
continue
everywhere on the line.
All eyes on G, my guy, bro. Appreciate the happy birthday blessings, man. You know what makes it a great birthday, bro, is that I got people like you who've been around since day one, you know what I mean, to celebrate it. You know what I mean? So the fact that you're still here, you know what I mean, to help me celebrate this birthday, because I lost a lot of good people over the last year, man. That's a blessing within itself, man. So thank you for the birthday wishes, and in all honesty, man, thank you truly for being here, bro.
Back shots all lives, bro.
Yeah.
Always remember, all lives. God gives his hardest battles to his toughest soldiers, my boy. You feel me? So I'm glad to see you still here.
Yeah, me too.
Yes, indeed.
B3.
Solid with me.
Yeah, can you hear me now?
Yeah.
All right. So bring it to the stage. He was asked about Fernando Mendoza and his thoughts on his future quarterback, and this is what he had to say.
Hi, Clint. So Fernando seemed to kind of focus a lot on some of his mistakes last night. Do you think maybe he was being a little too hard on himself, or do you like that he was really honing in on that stuff?
That's just, those, to me, those the best quarterbacks I've been around are the ones that are hard on themselves. They put the finger on them before they put it on their teammates. I think he played good football last night. He's going to continue to get better.
Clint, a follow-up on Fernando. You mentioned you felt like he played a good game last night. Did anything pop on the film about his performance that maybe you didn't necessarily see right after the fact last night?
Yeah, I think the thing that just stood out for me again is that we put a lot on his plate and all the quarterbacks' plate getting ready for this preseason game, and he went out and executed the way that he does in practice. Some guys, they get to the game and things change on them and it moves fast and they freak out, and he was the opposite. He was very calm. He was getting the calls in. He was seeing coverage well. I like the way that he moved in the pocket. Got outside and extended some plays. So, I think that Fernando has had a really good week of practice, and the things that he did in the game are things I've seen him do in practice. So he's consistent. The consistency from the position is important, and I didn't see any game day surprises just because the moment was a little bit bigger. He was the same guy.
Shouts out Raider 10. What up, bro?
So how'd that make y'all feel, man? For me, truthfully, I've been listening to all the questions and all the answers, right? And I listen to the cadence in the voice. I listen for, how a person gets his words out. This was one of those smooth answers, bro. This is a genuine answer. You know what I mean? You notice how you didn't hear any stops, pauses. I mean, this was just a straight,
short, sweet, to the point.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
This makes me feel good when I hear that what I saw in the game is what's being shown in practice, and it's coming from the head coach. He ain't got to lie. You know what I mean? He don't have to sugarcoat anything. He's here to tell the truth. That makes me feel good because one of the things that we've been lacking is consistency, right? That's kudos to Kubiak for coming in and recognizing that one of our biggest flaws is the fact that we don't have consistency at that position, at the quarterback position. The last consistent player we had at that position was Derek Carr. And we're not about to get into the Carr show or nothing like that. I'm just saying everybody else has been a roller coaster. Derek Carr was consistent. He was either really high or he was really low. You know what I mean? But he didn't really stay low for a very long time. You know what I mean? But everybody else was up, down, all in the same quarter. At least Derek Carr had spurts of the season where he kind of was low. You know what I mean? But build us up. The other quarterbacks, they started off kind of like right in the middle. They got to a high point and then they tapered off for the whole rest of the season. So it's just like a downhill slope because you never see them really rise back. And that's awful. You know what I mean? That's really, that's the only consistency that we've had is the fact that we've had awful quarterbacks. We've had awful play callers. Consistently bad play callers, consistently bad head coaches, consistently bad quarterbacks. So to hear that your first round draft pick, you know what I mean, is as I'm reading between the lines, seemingly on schedule and on pace to one day really take over this team. As I said, I'm not down on him. I wasn't overly impressed because I feel like he's just not ready yet, but that's when I will be like fully impressed. And that's not saying anything bad about him. I'm not saying he sucked or anything like that. I'm impressed when you reach your potential. Once you fully reach your potential, then I'm impressed. And then when you build on top of that, I'm even impressed more. I'm more impressed, right? I'm flabbergasted. If you build upon it, I'll end up flabbergasted. Flabbergasted. Wait, you're flabbergasted. Flabbergasted.
Nah.
There you go.
Hell nah, bro.
Flabbergasted.
that public school education popping up.
Hey, you're not gonna downplay my high school education.
Hey, you notice he didn't say what high school that was, though, right?
Right.
I have no problem admitting where I went. I went to Diamond Bar High School. You can check my dental records, pal.
All right, so let's put some perspective on the quarterback situation, right? So after Rich Gannon and before Derek Carr, the Raiders have had like 15, somewhere around 15 different quarterbacks, bro. Since Derek Carr until now, we've had like 8. And and look at the amount of time, bro. And it was like 4 or 5 years he's been gone. We've already had 8, and it took us fucking 11 years to go through 15 quarterbacks, dude. We go through quarterbacks like we change our draws, chat.
Hey Ben, remember when you guys were saying you wanted to get rid of Derek Carr, and I said we were going to go to the quarterback purgatory, and everybody thought I was crazy? Am I crazy now?
Hey, Westside, I didn't. My biggest problem was always if we're gonna move. If the time came when we moved on for Derek Carr, okay. When we get to that point, what's the plan? And it took until now to have a plan. That was always my problem.
Exactly.
So look at this, bro. So before Derek, bro, and after Gannon, we had Kerry Collins, Marcus Tuiasosopo, Aaron Brooks, Andrew Walter, Josh McCown, Dante Culpepper, Jamarcus Russell, Bruce Gradkowski, Charlie Fry, Jason Campbell, Kyle Bowler, Carson Palmer, Terrell Pryor, Matt Flynn, and Matt McGloin. All right, and then since he's left, we've had Jarrett Stidham, Jimmy Garoppolo, Brian Hoyer, Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew, Desmond Ritter, Geno Smith, and Kenny Pickett.
You forget Aaron Brooks in that as well?
Yeah, Aaron Brooks was before.
I think he said Aaron Brooks.
Carr. Yeah, I said before that. Aaron Brooks was the before Carr.
And here I go. Might cancel this whole show, but I have to put it out there because this is a fact. We're talking about the hopes of Mendoza. Mendoza hasn't improved anything yet, so we don't even know if we completely have our quarterback at this point. You know what I'm saying? Let's as much as we may like Mendoza, I like that things are trending and he's growing and progressing, but it still has not fully came to its full stop to say yes, we got that quarterback. So we possibly may still be on that journey, but let's hope that we're not, that we can get off of that carousel of that bad list
who you talking about?
Yeah. But my thing is that, like, at least we tried. At least we've done something to try and address the problem instead of putting these band-aids on the problem year in and year out, much like we did after Rich Gannon, and it just don't work out. I'm tired of that journeyman route that just we bring these guys in and they don't do squat. The only guy I did like for a minute since Rich Gannon was my guy Jason Campbell. I just want to put that out there real quick. He was good.
Well, for context, historically, that's how the Raiders have always done. Like Ken Stabler was a journeyman, Jim Plunkett was a journeyman. Motherfucking shit, I can't even think right now. Rich Gannon was a journeyman. Like all of our good quarterbacks were journeymans.
I said past Rich Gannon, since him and before Derek Carr.
Yeah.
Every single one of those journeyman quarterbacks were garbage. Not even okay or mid. They were trash.
Trash is an understatement.
Except Jason Campbell. He was good.
And I get that, but that's what I'm saying. Like we, as much as thirsty as we are for our franchise quarterback, we still gotta kind of wait for it, because again, we have not fully seen, you know what I'm saying, what Mendoza will do for us when bullets are really flying for our team.
Well, nobody's been higher on the pick than me, Twana, as most of you know. Like, I don't think anyone on this panel, like, it's been pretty story how pro the pick I was during the course of the off season. I still am, but I'm still there. I'm not saying he's all this and all that, and he's shown enough to be that we can ride off into the sunset and say he's going to be the guy. I believe the time will come when he will prove to be the guy, but has he proved that? No, we don't know that yet. So after one preseason game and one off season, it's too early to say that.
And based off of Kubiak's, just the audio that we heard, it's encouraging to hear that he's on track. of whatever the coaching staff is trying to get out of him, whatever they're trying to see from him. It seems like he's, progressing, and that's all we can ask for is like, hey, progress. Don't degress. Go ahead and progress and do whatever, check off whatever needs to be checked off, whatever the coaching staff is asking of him.
There will come a time and a day when I will admit, like there will come a time, I'm not all the way there yet because like I said, it's just one preseason game and it's too early, but there will come a time when you are the first pick overall, you're going to have to live up to that expectation. I'm not there yet, and I'm not going to be there year one or possibly year two. I mean, if it can happen by then hallelujah, fantastic. But I got to be realistic. Like, and it's the Raiders, right? And these things usually don't really pan out for us. But there will come a time when he's going to have to live up to that expectation. And if he doesn't, then I'm going to be as loud and as critical as most everyone is about it.
When you're the number one overall pick, you're supposed to be ready to go. That's how I feel about that.
I know. In an ideal scenario, yeah. Ideal word. I would love for him to be starting day one and tearing up the league day one. If that does happen, I mean, we can't rule it out. Then hallelujah. Do I expect that to happen? Unfortunately, no.
And Aaron, it's like, it's pretty ideal. Like, we got Cousins for what, $1.8 million to play 1 year. I mean, that dude made more money than most NFL players in history. So we get him for 1 year. Okay, let's play it out. Let's see what happens. Let Mendoza sit and learn.
That's just what's on the books. We gave him the $10.5 million, $11 million.
That's next year.
That sounds good and everything, but if Mendoza doesn't pan out this year and we have to keep Cousins for next year, that salary is $58 million.
No, we cut him, and then next year it's only $10 million. So that's why we needed re-sign AOC 12.
No. Next year his salary is $58 million, bro. It's generally a 2-year deal for like 60 something. No, it's already a deal on the books. It's not a 1-year deal. It's a 2-year deal.
Hang on, Westside. If I can get in there for a minute, the only way and how Kirk Cousins is going to be here next year is if he's winning a lot. Well, no. I believe even if Kirk Cousins doesn't play well, I hear and Mendoza starts and Mendoza doesn't play well either. Okay, that sucks. But for me, the only world I can see where Kirk Cousins gets that money is if he's winning and we're winning a lot. And then if that's the case, am I going to complain? Are we going to complain about winning? I don't care how we win, as long as we're winning
a lot as a Raider.
I don't care. Yeah, if he's winning and winning a lot
as a Raider.
I don't know, maybe more than 8 games.
Like 4 games,
8 or more. If he gets us more than 8 wins, then if Mendoza still needs time to develop and he's playing well and we're winning more than we've lost, then
you'll be willing to invest $50 million in him.
If we're if we're winning. That's the only way in how I see him getting that money.
Yeah, 8 games though.
8 or more wins, possibly 9. I don't know, but do you not agree that the only way he's going to be on this roster next year is if he's winning and winning a lot?
He has to win in order for that to take place, and I think a lot of people are hell bent on the price, and the price is when you start looking at the market of a starting quarterback, that's pretty much around that price. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you can negotiate it. Yeah, there's ways to move. Spy Tech can negotiate that, but again, if the stove is hot and Cousins is cooking, then you're not going to move him just to say, oh, let's see what the young guy can do. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The price is the price.
Stick with the guy that's winning.
And if he doesn't win and he's not it, then to Jack's point, we can just get him out of here. See you later, alligator. We don't have to.
What if Mendoza's not ready next year?
If Mendoza's not ready, then we're not going to keep Cousins around anyway. I don't see us keeping him around if he's losing and he's worth that much money.
If Cousins isn't off the charts winning and Mendoza isn't ready next year, then what do you do? If you cut Kirk Cousins, then what are you going to do? You going to start Mendoza, and he's not ready?
Ideally, yes, but if all I'm saying with Cousins and his contract is that the only way I see him seeing that money is if he's winning. If he's losing, he's gone. He's out of here regardless. We'll probably just have to, I don't know, find another journeyman quarterback who can hold it down, or if we're going to draft another. I don't know. Like,
what's considered winning?
Case scenario. I just don't see a world where he's well, like I said, if Cousins is starting, playing well enough to win, I don't know, maybe 9-10 wins, then you got to go with a hot hand, right?
Okay. Well, in order to justify $60 million, I need at least a playoff win.
I mean, that's my thing. If I'm giving you that, then
in this division, you're gonna be lucky to even sniff the playoffs.
I'm just saying, but that's my argument. And in order for you to justify me extending you $60 million next year, because that's what we owe him if we keep him. We owe him $60 million next year, non-negotiable. We will try to negotiate it, you know what I mean? But as it stands, that's what's on the contract for next year. If we decide to roll with Kirk Cousins again, $60 million.
I'm cool with that being a bare minimum expectation, a playoff win. Yeah, okay.
You got to give me at least a playoff win. I got to get one.
When you money, get a playoff win. I'm good with that.
In order for you to justify $60 million, I need at least a playoff win.
That's not going to happen, y'all. Let's be honest. It's not going to happen.
And you better hope it comes after a bye week in the playoffs. You know what I mean? You better hope
week
it comes
13.
And that's a huge jump since where we came from. So
There's only one team get a bye.
Somebody need to be coach of the year. We need to get a whole lot of awards if that ends up happening.
If only one team one team from each side gets a bye, where do you have to rank? You got to be number one overall, don't you?
So then
I'm just saying you got to be number one overall, right, to get a bye week.
This conference, yeah.
In the NFL playoffs, you got to be number one overall because it's the only team that gets a bye, right? The number one seed. So that's the only rate. That's the only way you can justify me giving you $60 million next year. Is you need to be the number one overall seed and win a playoff game coming off your bye week.
Dirty, that's a high bar. Being the $58 million is the
$60 million is a high bar for fucking Kirk.
That Cousins. Is the going rate for a quarterback.
But that not
he's
for
not
Kirk
the
Cousins.
Going rate. He's not that caliber.
There's a lot of quarterbacks that aren't the going rate.
I hear it. If he's that caliber, he's not a number. He's not a top 3 quarterback who's worth that much money. I don't give a damn what the market is.
Average salary.
You're not the market. He doesn't have a market arm.
Yeah, he would have to have a top 3 quarterback performance year, bro. He would have to be in conversation for MVP.
The average salary for an NFL starting quarterback is well above $50 million, according to
He's a journeyman that we only gave 1 year to, so that means we're not trying to invest $50 million into him.
It's $1.8 million this year. $10 million next year.
I hear that, but this is my problem. This is my problem. And this is the issue that the Raiders constantly have. Then what the hell was the plan in bringing him here to begin with if you're not going to invest in him if he does do good? You have to anticipate that.
He's a bridge. He's a bridge quarterback.
It takes 2 years to bridge.
There's no 1 or 2 years. It's when Mendoza's ready. Is when it is.
He's not ready, and you've seen that the first game. He's still he makes mistakes as a rookie. He's going to make mistakes as a rookie, and he's not going to. But yeah, but if he's ready, he would get number 1 reps. He's not getting the reps to build and grow.
He's gotten some number 1 reps.
Not for him to progress and be ready for next year.
Well, because that's not the plan. The plan isn't this year.
So then, what was the plan to begin with?
The plan was to draft Fernando Mendoza overall and let him learn Clint Kubiak
and grow, but he's not growing. He's going to be growing with 2.
How can he say that? It's only been 1 week of preseason.
We don't know yet. Right.
2.5 quarters.
Okay, you have to grow with the ones, and he's not going to get 1 reps. He's getting 2 reps. That's why he
Cousins is our starter.
Okay, so then you're setting him back, but it didn't give him the reps. If we're only investing in Kirk Cousins for a year just to pay him $1 million, that's wasting time for me. I'm just going to invest in him.
But look, from all reports, he is getting the reps in practice.
And Fernando Mendoza never.
So then, why do we pay Kirk Cousins anything?
We don't want to throw our number one pick, our senior investment out to the Wolves just yet.
Okay. So if Kirk Cousins starts to win, that now pushes his timetable back because now you have to invest $50 million in him. What was the plan?
The timetable's not moved back. It's like either A, you start him, B, you don't start him. Maybe week after the bye week in week 13 or next year. Kirk Cousins is going to be gone no matter what, guys. I'm sorry. He's going to be gone, and we're going to re-sign AOC 12 to probably a 2-year, $8 million per contract as a backup.
Not re-signing
So I'm saying, hold on, let me respond to that.
Out of here.
So if he wins 8 wins, like Afakasi says, with a team that you're growing with, you have to invest in him.
What up, the truth?
Because if he's winning 8 wins with no wide receivers and just a tight end or 2 tight ends, and the second year running back,
8 wins, bro. That's not gonna happen.
It's very possible, actually.
They're gonna get.
It's not
wins,
impossible.
Well, shit, if my aunt can go become my uncle tomorrow, that's not impossible neither.
We can go 3-0 out the gate. This team can actually go 3-0 out the gate. New England.
My point this whole time
smoking.
My point this whole time with this debate, JT, is that the only way Kirk Cousins is going to see that big money next year is if he's winning and winning a lot. Okay, that's all I was trying to say.
And I asked, what was winning? What was winning? And it's around 7 to 8 wins.
Playoff.
That's winning for us.
But I can go with Dirty's answer, like a playoff or a playoff win. Hey, if we get there, I don't believe we're going to get there. But if it does happen by hook or crook, somehow, some way, he balls out of his mind, and we get there, and we win a playoff game. Then you know what? Like, I'm not going to be complaining. Like, winning is winning, and the price is the price.
But hold on.
If Kirk Cousins is in the conversation for league MVP, he has a valid case to ask for the money that is required. But if you're not in that conversation, we are trash. There is no reason to bring him back.
Come on, we moving the goalposts now even more.
No,
we moved it twice. We moved.
I'm not because at that point in time, you kind of got to cut your losses and ride with your number one drafted pick from the previous year. You drafted him number 1 overall. You could have traded out of that spot and got some real capital and built your team in a different way. But no, you drafted the quarterback. You've got to play him. You now have to show everybody what it is he is all about. You cannot pay $60 million to a quarterback who only won 6 games for you last year. That's not going to make sense.
I heard you. So what I said about moving the goalposts, hold on, Ern. Let me respond to that, and then you can go and I'll respond to you. I initially said, what is winning? Majority of us said Afakasi's 7 to 8, it'll be considered winning.
No.
Then yes, y'all did. You said, and most people was like, yeah, I can see that.
I didn't say 7.
You said 8. You said 8. 7 to 8.
8 or more. 8 or more wins, and he's playing well. That was my bare minimum.
Okay. So if he wins 8, then Dirty said 10 or a playoff win.
Okay. Yeah.
That I'm saying so it's not concrete. Some people might feel 7 is winning, 8 is winning, and you have to invest in that. So is the front office. So if you're investing in Kirk Cousins at that point, that's at least 2 years. If I'm paying you 50, I got to give you at least 2 years to see if that works. That makes Fernando in year 3 before he's going to see the field. Do you understand that now?
I understand that, JT, but if we're winning at quarterback, sorry, Westside, I know you want to get in.
So if we're winning, he's not seeing the field for 3 years.
Quarterback, I don't care, but like the only way I see him getting that money is if he's winning. If he's not winning, we're just going to cut bait with him, just like we did with all these other journeyman quarterbacks.
Yes, sorry, and my point of contention is
what is considered winning, because it's not going to be a playoff win. What I would want to consider winning is what Dirty said, a playoff win, a possible bye. But that's winning
to me.
Yes,
For
but that's a
$60 million
playoff.
next year. That's what I need this year.
If he can take this roster to the playoffs, you invest in him for 2 years and you increase the team. You're no longer a Fernando team in waiting. It's Kirk Cousins' team.
I don't care who's at the front of the team as long as we're winning. Sorry, go ahead.
You do if you draft your quarterback at number one.
Let's just say
you're gonna turn to the Cleveland Browns at this point.
All right, hold on.
Look, let's just say best case scenario, right? Kirk Cousins comes in and balls out, right? Then okay, say he wins a playoff game. Then you keep him for another couple years, right? You sign him for another year. What's wrong with having a Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers type situation? What's wrong with that?
What's wrong with that? What happened in Green Bay? You now have to. We don't have that for one. But to answer your question, I'll respond. What happens to that? You have identity crisis because you have a guy that they want to play, but you have to pay the guy that's actually playing well.
Who cares if we're winning? Who cares if we're winning?
They didn't win. Okay.
They didn't win. Green Bay didn't win.
Winning for me is a Super Bowl, and I'm investing in Super Bowl. I'm not investing.
No, not you.
You're not getting a Super Bowl this year, bro. Period. Point blank.
I'm saying that's the. Yes, we're building to that.
Can't say Super Bowl.
That's
Super Bowl.
The winning I'm talking about. I'm building towards that.
Yeah, building towards that, but you don't have to accomplish that your first year.
I'm not saying accomplish that the first year. I said what we consider winning. Majority and everyone in the front office is going to say if we win 8 games with this roster, that's winning. 7 games is winning. I'm investing in Kirk Cousins at that point.
7 games is not winning. That's a losing record.
For our team, it is. Y'all keep talking about the NFL. I'm talking about the Las Vegas Raiders.
Why you?
What is the bar for the? What is the bar been for the Raiders the last? What's the bar been for the Raiders the last 10 years?
That's they're not going to pay Kirk Cousins $58 million if he gets a 7-win season. It's just not going to happen.
No.
Right. I agree, Ben.
They've paid teams less. They've paid quarterbacks less places, and that's the market, right?
But we didn't have a quarterback that was drafted number 1 overall waiting to take over, dude. You know what I'm saying? That's the difference.
It all depends on Mendoza's progression, bro. That's what it all depends on.
The development of how he develops. Exactly. I mean, I hear your argument, but obviously 7 wins would be considered winning for the Raiders because we don't win, bro. We never win. But in the grand scheme of things, when it comes to paying him, I don't see them giving up that kind of money for 7 wins when you have what they believe to be the future of their franchise waiting. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah, but if you have a guy who's winning with this roster, I'm gonna invest more in the roster with you to see what the peak is.
No, because that takes away in my opinion, that takes away the point of drafting a quarterback in the first round. Because the reason why you draft a quarterback in the first round is
my argument, Ben. That's my argument.
For sure.
Okay, so if we got 7 or 8 wins, are you going to spend $58 million on Kirk Cousins or just roll with Fernando Mendoza, who costs a whole lot less? I'm sorry.
Hey, Jack, 7 or 8 wins is double our win total from this year, bro.
No, I agree. I got it at 6 and 11. I got it at 6 and 11 this year.
Exactly, Dirty.
That's not a winning record for a $60 million quarterback.
No, absolutely not.
The winning record for our
with a below average roster, it is.
All right.
With a below average roster, it is.
Yeah. All right, we got to it, man. This is one of the look. This is a great argument to have. We saw Kirk Cousins come out and perform quite well in the first quarter of the preseason game, right? We seen his first drive. He came down. He took us to got us a touchdown. How many quarterbacks can you say did that as of recent have come in here on their first drive in the preseason and got us anything at all that resembled a touchdown? It hasn't been done.
I might be a Debbie Downer on this, Dirty, but like we've seen this song and dance where we script well on our first drive, we get a touchdown, and then what's the plan after that?
Josh McDaniels.
Right, that's John Gruden stuff.
So let me get into the next clip then.
Gotta
get into the next clip, man. I was going through YouTube and trying to find what people were saying, you know what I mean, and I came across Speak Easy. Now, I'll say this. I watch Speak Easy. I don't always agree with their takes. And that's no slight to them because they put on a really good show. You know what I mean? They're some knowledgeable people. And sometimes we get bashed over there, you know what I mean? Like, and I get it. Some of that shit is well deserved. I just, as a fan, you just don't want to hear that shit. Right. But I stumbled on them speaking about the game we just had, man. So I'm gonna play this clip and then we're gonna discuss it, and then we're gonna get into the other clip. It's like 3 clips from them. So we're gonna try to make these quickly, you know what I mean? So here we go.
Keeping the show pushing, it's time we talk about more preseason action. Let's talk about the Las Vegas Raiders as Kirk Cousins, QB1, went out there on the opening possession, went 5 of 6, 50 yards, and a touchdown to Michael Mayer on the Arizona Cardinals, a battle of the biggest 2 ass cheeks in the entire National Football League with the Arizona Cardinals and the Las Vegas Raiders. How impressed were you guys with Kirk Cousins taking command of this offense, though? First drive, Clint Kubiak era, going down the field and scoring a touchdown.
Watched the majority of the preseason games that aired today, at least the starters playing. There was no more impressive offense that you could have seen than the Raiders, and that includes the Arizona Cardinals. Shout out to what they did. Kieran, I'm going to need that play again. There's no more impressive offense because you have to think about the scheme and Kirk's ability to execute the scheme. Clint Kubiak put the Raiders in formations and motions and shifts that starting offenses may not have used the entirety of all of last season. Like, that's how impressive they were. Clint Kubiak and the Raiders will have a top 12 offense this year, just based on the schemes that I saw. I know they're going up against some backup players. I'm not worried about the players. I'm looking at the scheme. Here's what I want y'all to pay attention to. Kieran, pull up the clip if I'm not, please. This was taken in motion. Joe, when you're ready. This was a wide receiver.
Whoever said ass cheeks, kiss my ass.
That was hilarious, bro. That was hilarious.
Yeah, fuck that guy. Whoever said that.
The battle. They should have called that game the Battle of the Booty.
This is clip 2. So we gonna let him continue.
Goes down in motion. Look at the miscommunication. Kieran, pause it. Look at the 2 individuals guarding number 1 right there. Kieran's cursor is over it. Those 2 individuals guarding number 1 is what made this play come wide open. Kieran, take it to the top. The reason this occurs is because number 1 goes down in motion. The Arizona Cardinals players do not communicate. It is 4-on-3. The white inside linebacker, the dude standing at like the 11, the dude for the Cardinals with the red gloves, and then number 2 on the outside. It is those 4 individuals trying to sort out the 3 individuals. Number 1, Meyer, and then the dude on the point.
This is a true bust, though, because somebody should be in the flats right now.
It's a complete busted coverage, but busted coverages happen because of pre-snap motion and because of good execution.
It's either the safety or that backer.
This is a Kirk thing. I think it's a safety. This is a Kirk thing, this is a great job by Kubiak. So this is why T1, I think you should be a believer in Clint Kubiak.
So we got one more clip.
And the video wasn't playing, bro. I don't know if you
it was playing. It was paused.
He's highlighting the players on the screen.
They're highlighting the play. The video was playing. The slow moving, the stop. That's all from them. You know
it was frozen. So Dirty called out. Who were the players?
Huh? He was just doing that. They were talking about it as the game was
Why? I know. I know, but it was frozen.
Were you listening?
I'm listening too. It's frozen. And I didn't hear anything.
It wasn't frozen. It was paused because they were highlighting players.
You motherfuckers.
They were showing us the players on the screen. That's why it was frozen. It wasn't frozen. That was the actual video. They were speaking and highlighting the players with the mouse. You didn't catch that?
No, bro.
I mean, he is on his phone though, so it's probably hard.
Oh, yeah, you're on your phone, so it's kind of small.
Yeah, it's probably really small for him.
So here's that last clip.
You are believing in Clint Kubiak, actually.
I am.
But the Raiders offense, y'all, I'm telling you, this Raiders offense is going to be special.
It ain't the safety. It's the backer.
Should have pushed through?
No, because if you look at it, number 2 runs with number 1. The corner is running with the receiver. Yep. The safety is guarding the tight end, or I believe that may have been a receiver, but the tight end on the end man line of scrimmage.
Hold on.
Meyer goes to the flats. That backer.
Everybody looks locked.
Yeah.
Look, everybody's locked.
And so now the where you see 3rd and 3, that backer should be running to the flats with Meyer.
Let it run.
This yes, he should be running to the flats.
No, bruh.
He's passing it off as soon as they snap the ball.
We're wrong. Red Gloves has him. Look, they're locked. The dude, I wish I could point up and demonstrate. Red Gloves has Meyer. So they're doing point combo.
Who's guarding the guy, the point guy? Who's guarding the point?
The dude right there. The dude with that dude. That dude has point.
So then they both guard the wrong guy.
Hey, can we pause it?
That dude has speakeasy.
Hey, so look,
you know what's cool about all that is that these dudes are NFL players. That Kubiak is so good at scheming shit open. These dudes don't even know who the fuck Kubiak is getting a matchup on right now, bro.
Exactly, bro. I was just getting ready to say, people are gonna ask me why am I showing this clip, bro? Because look, you got professionals, you got professional players sitting here arguing about who was supposed to cover who, bro.
Can I ask Dirty? Who are they? The players who are talking on
that's
the panel.
Acho. That's Acho and who's arguing.
TJ, who's your mama, and Sam Acho. Raider legend TJ, who's your mama, by the way.
TJ, so who's and who are the other 3 guys?
Acho. And,
it's Sam Acho and TJ Houshmandzadeh.
Yeah, right now.
And there's other 2 guys. Are they?
Shady McCoy is
well?
also on this show too. It's called Speakeasy.
McCoy. Okay.
Yeah, Shady McCoy is on this.
So these are the guys with credentials who played the game at the highest level. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, that's the point we were making. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, these guys don't suck, bro. They don't suck. I like these dudes, bro. They do a great show. But
I mean, TJ Hoosier was one of the best wide receivers of his time, bro. He was underrated as fuck sitting behind Chad Johnson. Everybody talked about Ocho Cinco, but nobody talked about who's your mama. You feel me?
And Ben, I agree with you. That team that they had when they had Houshmandzadeh, over there in the Bengals, that was a problem.
Yeah, it's just
it was good for the Raiders too.
Wasn't Terrell Owens on that team as well? Owens
at one point,
yeah. Terrell Owens was on that team.
That's when Carson Palmer was in his heyday.
Yeah.
Before we got
him. Watching the dude. They're doing what we call point combo. Point means, hey, I'm locking the point guy. The other 2, we should combo it. Number 2 and the red gloves should take care of number 2 and the red gloves.
Hey.
So, yeah, man, look, it's causing confusion on people who are watching replays. So imagine the confusion it is causing in real life.
It's a good point.
In real time. You know what I mean? If it's causing that much confusion in a replay, you can only imagine how much confusion it's creating in real time. And I like bold takes.
Yeah, exactly. Off of cost. These guys I mean, Who's Your Mama was a Pro Bowler. Sam Acho, he wasn't great. I would definitely say he's probably the bottom tier when it comes to him.
But they still played at the highest level. That's more credentials than any of us have.
He played NFL ball. You know what I mean?
He was better in Texas.
NFL. Yeah. So,
he was more journeyman backup, but TJ.
He did have one good year though. He did have one.
But look, the fact that we all know his name, like as soon as we heard Sam Acho, we knew he was an NFL player, says something.
Yeah, exactly.
Look, you could be the scrubbiest of the scrub NFL players. Like that's still more credentials than any of us on the couch have. They know both.
He's very knowledgeable about the game. He might not always be able to physically put it together on the field, but his football IQ is extremely high.
And you got,
even though I don't agree with everything he says, I will give him the credit that his football IQ is extremely high. He knows what he's talking about.
I think it's more of them critiquing the Cardinals' lack of defense than the scheme itself.
Oh, yeah, they're
talking about the Cardinals. He's not talking about the scheme.
Yeah, because the Cardinals are lost based off of
that's the
Kubiak's
main
scheme.
thing he's talking about is the scheme. Were you not listening?
Which is why they're out of place. They're not guarding the right people, and it's more of them being out of place and they're critiquing
because of the motion.
Because of the motions of the scheme of the offense. caught them off guard,
that was the whole
and
part
they
of the
didn't
video.
pass off players that they were supposed to pass off because of the scheme. So they just even made that argument, bro. Hey, you're locked on to here. The number one guy who was supposed to come down and get the outside guy, he got screened. If you pay attention to the play, Jack Besh, he runs right over the top of where Bowers cuts in at. And when he runs right over the top of that route, he kind of runs across the body of the safety that's coming down. It's schemed that way.
I get that, but it's also the whole point of why they said the bad of the bad. That's the whole reason why they said that to begin with.
You just want to take. So you
I'm
want
not
to take
I'm
the
not taking.
sunshine and put it behind the clouds, man.
I'm
You
just
wanna
taking
take
what
the
they said.
sunshine and put it behind the clouds, man. You got professional players saying this scheme of the offense is a difficult one. It's going to be hard to defend. And here you want to go and say, well, it's really on the Cardinals because they can't. But there's going to be a lot of defenses that can't defend it because that's what the dudes just said. So why we can't just leave it that the Raiders have a good offensive scheme and fuck if who cares if Arizona has a bad defensive scheme, because it really isn't that bad of a defense that they have over there. They just got out schemed in the first drive. So when they went against our backups, yeah, they was being able to stop everything. But our starters, it caused confusion. So, man, just let it ride with the fact because it was only one drive.
Yeah, I heard the misdirection, but we also heard what they said to start off everything. We're just gonna
don't
dismiss
nobody
that?
care about them calling us shit, bro. The Raiders were shit because of Pete Carroll last year, terrible
now who's
quarterback
cherry
play.
picking?
This is a completely different team. I mean, the Cardinals are shit, bro. For
What's up,
sure,
bro?
they're shit. They ain't got no goddamn talent.
Yeah, I'm just the scheme is gonna be the scheme. I get it. There's gonna be misdirection. I'm just taking for what they said.
What's up, brother?
Man, with Raiders scheme, it's like, Washington. That kid is looking really impressive. So it's like, how many more carries do you expect him to get with Genty in the backfield? It's like I like what he brings. Like he's a big player.
And y'all gonna make me really sound like an asshole tonight, aren't y'all, man?
Ladies and gentlemen, if y'all don't know who that is at the bottom of the screen, that's Raider Ruckus. If y'all ain't seen him in a minute.
Salute, Rod.
Yo, happy birthday, brother.
Thank you, Brody. I appreciate you, man. Thank you.
Me
Appreciate you.
and LBK had to take some time off of the studio to tell you happy birthday, my boy.
I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. If y'all don't know, man, he be doing his music thing, man. I didn't caught a couple. I think 2 or 3 shows. I didn't came out to about 2 or 3 shows.
Yeah, we just did it with Rapper Forte, and we're doing one September 11th with Sugar Free at Atlanta Stadium.
At where?
Yeah. Atlanta Stadium. Remember where they had that Raider Fest like 2 years ago?
Atlanta baseball field.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what date is that?
September 11th.
Friday.
Yeah.
Friday night. Yeah.
I'm gonna try and make that, man. Sugar Free looking like he getting old.
And Jody, don't get it twisted, brother. I got you that lifetime membership in Apple Valley, my boy.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I didn't say it was D Minutes that gave it to me. I'm just saying when I went, I was blessed with that.
Yeah, no, most definitely, dog. We show love. That was Menace and Sean.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Love me some D Menace, dude. Good boy.
Most definitely, man. Good people, dog.
Yeah, he's absolutely good people, dude.
Hey, they
One of my
closed
boys.
that shit down on us, brother. We were doing rap shows. I just did a show with Rapping Forte, DJ Quick, Lighter Shade of Brown, and they closed that bar down, bro. They got like new ownership. They ain't a bar no more.
So we got a new place to watch. They got to find a new place to watch the game.
Yeah, no, we looking for one, bro. We looking at like Gators and different places, but they shut that shit down.
What state, bro?
What's that?
What state?
California.
California.
You see? Okay, you're C-Town like me, dude. I'm NorCal. You?
We in Southside.
He down here by me. He in San Bernardino County.
You up in Northern Cali by my family. My family up in like Turlock, Modesto.
Yeah, I live in Stockton, bro.
Yeah, that's close to Bend.
Yup. Central Cali.
Yeah, Jack Ken is up in Sacramento.
Hey, man. But what are you guys tripping on the Raiders, bro? Like, we're fucking straight right now, dude. Like, I don't know why you guys are tripping.
I hope so. he looked at the camera like, why the fuck everybody laughing at me?
Oh my god. That was hella funny, bro.
I left the studio and I'm driving to the liquor store listening to you motherfuckers talk. And I'm like, dog, what the fuck are you tripping on powers for? Like, bro, did y'all not see Fernando walk in there like a veteran, bro?
He was.
Oh, I did see that.
Shout out to
Dude, Fernando ain't did it. Like he's been there his whole life. Like, we're good, bro. We didn't
I'm excited. I'm excited.
Straight with this shit. And our running backs, forget about it.
He looked like he know how to play quarterback.
What
He
about
just don't look like he's
them?
ready to play quarterback.
Hey, what about them all-star wide receivers out there?
Bruh, I was a quarterback and went through high school and college. And my homeboy, we up in the studio with fucking Block Boy Society, and they're like, hey, man, that dude knows what he's doing. I'm like, bro, watch his head. His head's on a pivot. His feet are set. He knows exactly what the fuck he's doing. We're good, bro.
The feet look good.
Hell, I hope he knows what he's doing.
I'm still going with Kirk Cousins until proven otherwise.
He looked better than Cousins.
Dirty, I agree, bro. I do like Fernando's feet. I do like the confidence, but yes, he's young, so there's no reason to rush. So what AR said earlier, there's no reason to rush anything. No reason.
Let Cousins run this year and let Fernando watch and learn the playbook. Dude, the difference between a quarterback, okay, is, he knows the playbook. But the playbook, when you know the playbook, like I was talking to Stu last night, when you know the playbook, dog, you're only looking at your fucking prime receivers. You're only looking at your hot receivers. So if they run an XYZ and they say X is hot, you're only looking at him. So he knows the playbook. I get it. But Fernando is watching every motherfucking receiver. Bro, like, you can't teach that shit. You can't. And it's all good.
Do you think he's ready to go right now?
He's going to be better. I agree. But sometimes when you know the playbook, you're only looking at that primary receiver and you're not watching the field.
Hey, Ruckus, do you think Fernando's ready to go right now?
I think if he has to be, he is. From what I see.
So yes or no? Do you think he's ready to go?
No, it's like if Cousins got hurt, then he would have to go.
Yeah,
that's not the question though. He asked.
I know.
Do you guys think he's ready to go? Like,
No, he's not ready to go right now. He's on par, but he's not.
You're not asking me if I think
clearly not ready, bro.
But is he ready? Yeah, he's good.
No, he's not.
If they put him out there right now, he'd be fine, bro.
No,
but is he ready to go? Yes or no?
He's not. He's
not ready.
He missed too many reads against the sorry ass Cardinals for me.
Bro, he did better than fucking Cousins.
I mean, he did good.
No, he didn't.
Second rep.
No, he didn't. He did not. That's a lie.
Did you see where he was putting those passes?
Now he did do better than AOC. He did better than AOC.
Bro, AOC needs to leave quickly.
Yeah, he played.
He was not better. He was not better than Kirk Cousins. Sorry, he just wasn't.
You're fucking
That's the reality.
Because you seen what 6 reps from Cousins.
I've seen enough from Cousins.
I mean, can we all say it's a good argument to be having right now? I love arguing about quarterbacks, bro. That's what we've been needing, bro, for fucking 20 years outside of here.
Cousins knows the playbook. Walked in and just
this argument is literally a 20v1.
And you put a rookie in there and he fucking ran down and scored, dog. Carr couldn't do that shit in 3 years.
What?
Crazy
See, here's the thing about it. It's not always about what.
Carr over here catching strays and shit.
Like, how the fuck did he even get in there?
Carr got nothing to do with this.
Mendoza ain't done a motherfucking thing yet, bro. Mendoza ain't done a goddamn thing yet.
Here's the thing: we pay the Raiders pay Clint Kubiak a ton of money to run and develop the team the way he wants to. Right? He's going to develop the talent on this roster the way he intends,
as he should,
regardless of whatever we say or whatever we think. But the reality of the situation is, no matter what you argue, Kirk Cousins is going to start until proven otherwise.
But I agree with you. I think he
should. Agreed.
I think he should, bro. That's what I'm telling you. I think he should.
No reason in the world, aside from Kirk Cousins getting hurt, that Mendoza should be rushed out onto the field because, like I said, AOC's game was atrocious. That I've been trying not to even bring that up.
That motherfucker needs to go back to fucking Purdue.
The receivers didn't do that no justice, bro. They dropped perfect
and the offensive line. And the offensive line. He had probably the worst offensive line in the game out there.
All I can say the whole game is how the fuck did he put up like 56 on San Diego?
Yeah, but that's what you get when you don't progress. You don't.
That was the defense. The defense put up all those points.
San Diego wanted to fucking fire Tom Telesco that bad. They said, "Fuck it."
Well, Tom Telesco got his fucking Brock Bowers, so
I know.
And Glaze is now the starting right tackle, so we got 2 starters on this offensive line. Offensive lineman and a weapon. So 1 year. So thank you, Tom Telesco.
I mean, Tom
wasn't he's not a bad scout of talent. That's why he's a GM. He's not. He always was able to get talent where he was at. He just couldn't get the right.
Tom Telesco never made trades. He just took where the draft pick fell to him. Is the whole thing about Telesco.
He trusted his heart. He trusted his eye, and he just picked bad coaches.
My question: I have nothing bad to say about Tom Telesco. It's like
to pay
the telescope man.
You cannot refuse to pay a running back like Josh Jacobs, bro. Especially when you don't have anything.
Dirty, I agree with that, man.
Hey, I'm not saying he didn't deserve not to get fired. I'm just saying a valuer of talent.
I felt like he didn't even deserve the job at the time, seeing that he had just got fired 2 weeks prior from the damn Chargers, and then you want to give him the job 2 weeks right after he got fired. I mean, come on, bro.
Well, Dirty, I have a question for you now. It's like, the 6th pick, whoever you want, or Josh Jacobs, or Genty.
Josh fucking Jacobs. Is that a question? Like, for real?
I would took Josh Jacobs.
A fucking legit MVP candidate.
Yeah, I love Ashton.
On your sorry ass team.
But I fuck with Josh Jacobs heavy.
Yeah, ain't no fucking way.
I like Josh Jacobs too. But I had to ask the question. It's a question from the nation.
The argument for Genty is going to be that Genty is going to be Josh Jacobs. He's just like 5 or 6 years younger.
Oh, for sure.
What?
I mean, it's a strong possibility that he could be.
No.
He could be better than Josh Jacobs. Once it's all said and done, he could be better.
That shifty. He's not making people miss in the backfield. He's a no.
It's been
he's
one
not.
season.
Well,
It's
that
too
was the
early to
offensive
tell. He made
line, dude. That
he made,
offensive line was
he made
trash.
most tackles.
Okay,
He made the most tackles.
is Ashton
He
going to be
helped the
able to do
most
what
tackles coming out
JJ
of.
did with that offensive line? Is he producing with that offensive line like that?
I don't know if
he's
Josh
not.
Jacobs
I said
ever
he's
played with an
gonna be.
offensive line
He's
that
gonna
bad,
be
bro.
Josh Jacobs.
That's a historically bad offensive line that was on the
has
field for the
played.
Raiders.
He has played.
He's
behind a
only
line
in
that
his
bad.
sophomore season, bro.
Not that bad. Not in my opinion. I
Right.
ain't never seen an offensive line that bad.
No, that might have been our
That was the worst offensive line I've ever seen since
And he was going to
1974.
lead the lead in rushing if he wasn't benched.
Hang
That's
on,
the thing.
hang on, JT. Just to that point, like
You don't like Gentry, bro?
hang
I'm
on.
not saying I
Hold
don't
on,
like
hold on.
Gentry. I'm comparing him to Jacobs.
Wait.
Well, Jacobs is a different back, bro.
My
Hang
point.
on.
But
Remember
Gentry's
Josh-
the shit.
Hold on.
And Washington, bro. God damn, bro. You got to be good.
Hold on.
Let AR talk. Please.
AR speak real quick. Go ahead.
Remember Josh Jacobs' final year as a Raider. After we were supposed to give him the contract and we didn't. Okay. We re-signed him to what was it? What do you call it? We franchise tagged him or something like that.
Yeah.
That year, remember, like our offensive line that year was not as terrible as last year, but it was pretty terrible. I remember that Bills game specifically was one of the worst offensive line performances I'd ever seen. I remember Dirty remarked specifically that was the worst offensive line play he'd ever seen, the live we did after that said game. And that year specifically, like Jacobs' numbers were down, and a lot of that had to do with the offensive line was terrible. So you give him that concession, but like you're not giving Ashton Genty being able to do what he did year one with a historically bad offensive line. Like, what? You already given up on him in one season?
Who said I gave up on him? I'm comparing him to Josh Jacobs. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying, and I'm comparing that to Josh Jacobs year 5. He was running behind an historically terrible line, and we saw what he did. He wasn't able to do the things he was able to do when he was in his
rookie
record.
to the best running back in the league.
Well, that's even more to the point.
He's not as. Come on, man! Like, are we serious? We're basing off of one season. Josh Jacobs was doing it for 5.
Well, guy, I would say this.
5.
Wait.
He did it for 5. We're talking about 1.
Hold on.
And I don't think it was that historically bad as everyone's saying. We were just a bad overall team. On top of
Wait.
Let me just say this. The Raiders' offensive line is one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen
Hit the pause
since the
button.
70s.
Hell nah, you gotta be kidding.
Am I kidding, Ern? That was one of the worst offensive lines I've ever seen.
That was the worst.
No, Jack.
offensive line I've ever
I'm saying you got to be kidding because Dirty said everybody be quiet, and then he
Right, the host just paused
Sorry,
the show.
Dirty.
Like the host.
I'm wearing a Josh Jacobs jersey, and Genty is going to run all over his record, bro.
All right, so
hope so.
That might be a stretch, bro. That might
Look,
be a stretch.
listen, stop.
You see the line he had last year? It's fucking pathetic.
All right, we're gonna start throwing motherfuckers backstage.
Fucking yard. Are you fucking kidding me?
All right, so as I'm gonna start muting microphones, man. When I ask you to stop, I just want you to pause for a second.
Sorry,
listen
bro.
to the host. All right, just pause for a second and listen to the host. All right, so look, didn't Josh Jacobs have to start somewhere, right? Everybody has to. You can't knock a man because of what he did in his rookie year. It's his freaking rookie year, bro. He was only 15. He was only 15 yards short of rushing for 1,000 in his rookie year behind an awful, the worst offensive line we've ever had, bro. And he almost reached 1,000. That's you gonna tell me that's a bad thing right there? No, it's not a bad thing, bro. That's actually a really good thing. And can I compare him to Josh Jacobs? Yes, the fuck I can compare him to Josh Jacobs. Why? Because that's how Josh Jacobs started his career as well, falling just short of 1,000 yards.
No, he actually went over. He went over.
Josh Jacobs had 13 games, 1,100 yards in his rookie season.
Okay.
13 games.
13
Josh
games,
Jacobs.
700 yards. Right? Behind a good offensive line. Right? Behind a
He's
good
gonna
offensive
smash
line.
on Josh's record, bro.
Behind a good offensive line.
Ashton Gency had 985 yards behind the worst offensive line the Raiders have ever had.
A historically bad
Raiders.
offensive line.
Agreed.
And my point before, what I was trying to bring up is that when Josh Jacobs was tasked to do the same behind
What's
a
your point?
god awful offensive line, his final year as a Raider, he wasn't able to do much of anything either. That's what I was trying to say before.
What's your point?
7-9 in that year, y'all.
Genty's better.
7-9 in 2019. We didn't have that good of a line.
The point is when you say could Ashton Gency quite possibly be on the level of a Josh Jacobs, or could he quite possibly be better than Josh Jacobs? You cannot sit and tell me that is not a comparison that I can make, because
I think it's a fair comparison.
You're talking about two completely different rookie years, and if you actually average it out and break it down, you get damn near similar production. Because in all honesty and in all fairness, we're only speaking on the 985 yards that he had rushing. We're not even adding in the 300-400 yards he had receiving, putting him over 1,000 yards as a running back. If you total them together,
it was like 1,300 total all-purpose yards for a
yes,
rookie.
1,300.
Impressive.
That's what I'm saying.
That badass offensive line.
Yeah. So when you look at it in its totality,
bro, you still mad at Jacobs left?
I'm not mad that Jacobs left as much as I am mad that we even gave Telesco the job in the first place.
Hey, we don't ever keep the talent we have, bro. That's our history.
I'm mad that Jacobs left. I'm not right.
I'm mad that he left. I'm more mad that we gave Telesco the job in the first place.
No,
I was sad that Jacobs left, dude. Sitting out there with Max in the parking lot, shit.
They gave away that to happen, motherfucker, bro, and everybody like, oh well, ain't nothing happened. Bullshit. He left, bro, and that's just going.
I can understand why you left. It's a dollar, right? We all want some bigger money. We all want a bigger paycheck. Shit. Who doesn't want that?
Everybody wants to have money to be able to leave for their family. Of course, that's why else would you be playing? You know what I mean?
I don't blame Jacobs one bit. I don't blame Jacobs one bit.
He didn't leave. He left because he was lied to. That's why he
exactly.
left. He was lied to. Anybody would have left. It wasn't because he wasn't.
I don't hold it against him at all. I hope he leads the league in rushing every year in Green Bay.
I don't. Fuck that. Love you, but no, I'd rather have Ashton Gentry lead the league in rushing.
Yeah, I hope
he ain't wearing the silver black no
more. You know what I mean, man. You're doing too much. You know what I'm saying.
My biggest problem when we moved on from Jacobs is that we moved on with Samir, Amir, and Sincere, and we expected them to be just as good as better, which was ridiculous.
If it ain't Raiders, man, fuck it.
Guys, I'm not arguing with Samir no more.
Yeah, please don't.
I'm just not. I gotta give him a chance. Like I said, he had potential. I'm done with fucking potential as a Raider. I'm done with it.
This shit
that's what Fernando Mendoza is right now. He's potential.
He's more than potential. Stop. He's more than potential.
No, if he hasn't done anything yet, and it's all like what he's going to do, then he's all potential right now.
Okay. Yes, I get what you're saying, but he can show more if he was the number one. He can run the offense. Is it going to be effective? Probably not.
Bro, what is your beef with Fernando? Like, motherfucker did great. What are you tripping on?
No, that everybody's nut riding him so hard and he hasn't done anything. Stop getting your hopes all up and then getting disappointed. You guys do this shit to yourselves every year.
Motherfucker, we're Raiders fans. We used to being disappointed. You finally got a number one draft pick and bitching about it. Like, when you be happy.
We're not bitching about it. Wait. I think, can you be cautious?
I'm just telling the truth and keeping it real and trying to keep everybody level-headed.
Let me ask you a question. So we got a number one pick. What is your point? Why do you want to rush him out there so fast? What's the point of rushing him out there right now?
Nobody does. Nobody does, bro.
So why do you want to see him start right now and just throw him out there?
I
I
don't.
want to see him start in preseason. I'm not asking for regular season. I just want to see him. I want to see him start in the preseason to develop. You know what I mean? I want to see him start now. Like I want to see him get some run with the ones. You know what I mean? In preseason. You know what I mean? Give me some something to look at. I mean, but as far as it comes to like regular season, no. I want the veteran to go out there and lose the job. You know what I mean? If you're going to replace him, I want you to replace him because he lost the job and he wasn't doing what he was supposed to do. But as
You want
far
Fernando
as
to win the job, not be awarded the job.
no. That's the same thing.
It is.
Yeah.
He lost the
when
job.
when
That's why
somebody
he's starting.
loses a job, that means somebody else has to win it, right?
Right.
So once because look, we've been in a situation where motherfuckers lost the job, but they still stayed as the starting quarterback, i.e., Geno Smith.
God
right?
Damn.
We just went through that.
Hey, blame everything on Gino.
I'm happy to. He's fucking.
Gino in our system, and that system was just a bad match. Period. Point blank. That's all it was.
It was a bad
He's
mix.
a bad fucking quarterback. Period.
We need to
He's
thank Gino.
What you mean?
Yeah, I wouldn't. Yeah.
We do thank Gino for getting us Mendoza. So thank you, Gino, for being a fucking POS.
Fucking A.
I ain't thanking him for shit. I don't know why y'all thanking him for that. It still ain't panned out. We still don't know what the fuck we got. What are you thanking him for?
Oh, I'm thanking him because we got Mendoza. I think Mendoza is the future. I'm not saying this year. You know, I'm
Hell, he also got a
maybe it's
Clint
week
Kubiak,
one,
too.
maybe week
what's
13
crazy?
after the bye. Next year, you know, I don't care. It's like, you know, I love the fact that Raiders finally, instead of retool, dude. I've seen this team for so many years. It's a retool every year. Retool.
Yeah,
It's a rebuild. It's a rebuild. 19 of the 53 guys are like second year or, you know, younger, first or second year players. It's a retool. And I like the fact it's being called out.
Yeah.
We had Gino, Booger Picker, like everybody.
Booger eater.
Oh my God. The little ass boy.
Quarterback.
Look, I want to say something that I think we
And
can
now
all
we
agree
finally
on.
got one, and motherfuckers are pissed about it. Like, why?
Raider Paul, we will not do
Can I
things
just say
like
something?
that.
That's crazy. Dog, we had motherfucker from the 49ers, like, Jesus Christ, bro. Like, think about the quarterbacks we had. Been fucking horrible. We've been renting fucking old, washed up veterans for fucking 25 years, bro. And we finally get a rookie that we drafted, and we go coach him up. And y'all pissed about that?
Well,
I'm
if you
not.
If you want to be quite honest, I'm sorry, AR.
No, that's cool. Go
In
ahead,
fact,
your show.
AR, I want you to.
I want to hear AR get mad. Let's go, AR.
I'm AR.
Yeah.
I know you're AR,
Easy, man.
dude. I love you,
I
bro.
know, I was talking to Ruckus. Huh?
So look, AR, say what you were going to say, please.
All I was going to say, I think something that we can all agree on. There's going to come a time and a point where Fernando is going to have to live up to that expectation that we would take. That reason why we took him as that first pick overall, right? I'm not there yet, but there's going to come a time and point where he's going to need to live up to that. That's something I think we can all agree on, right?
Right.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. That's all I want to say.
So,
I'm waiting.
I'm
I'm
gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and hopefully this can put some things in perspective. Last time the Raiders took a chance on a washed-up quarterback.
Oh, God damn it. Here we go.
Supposedly washed-up quarterback with a first-time true rookie young head coach. That head coach developed that washed-up quarterback into a quarterback that took us to the Super Bowl.
The league MVP.
People know, I'm not a big fan of Rich Gannon. I like Rich Gannon, but you'll never get me to call him the GOAT for the Raiders. That will never happen. I still think Derek Carr is the greatest of all
Bro, do
time
you
for the
have
Raiders,
something?
but
You
that's
think
not the
you
question.
think we
That's
gonna
not
make
the
it to
point.
playoffs?
That's not the point. What I'm saying is Kirk Cousins, until proven otherwise, is still a serviceable and good quarterback. That's what he displayed in Arizona. I have
I
not seen
agree.
anything different. Once I see something different, then we can definitely have the conversation about
I agree.
Mendoza. Right
I
now,
agree.
this truthfully, this segment that we're speaking on right now is truthfully about Clint Kubiak and what he is doing. It's really got nothing to do with the quarterbacks. This has got everything to do with our first time head coach and what it seems like he is starting to implement into his offense that is going to have defenses kind of tripping over themselves. How we got him back into this quarterback conversation from 45 minutes ago or an hour ago, I have no clue.
Bro, it's always about
I will.
quarterbacks. But I do agree on coaching.
No. It will be about quarterbacks when I'm done with the segments of my show. But right now, my segment is about the head coach. Now, if you got nothing to say about the head coach, just pass.
Wait a minute,
Just
Dirty.
pass.
Whose show is it, Dirty?
It's my show.
Okay, I'm just making sure
You
everybody
mean?
heard.
Are you? It's not. Oh, it's not our show.
Look, I said this in the beginning. I don't know if you caught my show in the beginning. I'm not. Look, this ain't what it used to be.
Right.
That my show ain't what it used to be. I'm trying to be really more professional about how I deliver. You know what I mean? This is a birthday show, so it's a little special, it's a little different. But please don't think that my shows are going to be like this in the future. They're not. This is just a special show. So if I ask you to, hey, please calm down, let somebody else speak, just stop. I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful, but you're over talking the rest of my guests. And honestly, the chat wants to hear too. Because I love the back and forth of the opinions. One of the things I just always ask is, hey, respect my show, man. If I say, hey, slow down, stop for a second, just stop for a second, please. And please don't take it as disrespectful. It's just I want to be a little bit more professional, and I put time into every single show backstage. I don't just come out here with nothing to talk about anymore. I used to just do freestyle shows. I now script my shows. So I have a script and I want to stick to my script. And right now the script is, what do you feel about what our head coach is bringing to the NFL? Because obviously right now it's confusing defenses. From what we've seen, it's a little confused for some defenses out there. That's all.
Hey,
You got an
Dirty.
opinion about that? Cool. If not, we'll skip you and come back to you when we get to another segment that you got an opinion on.
I think that all sounds great, everything, but
Happy
like
birthday, bro.
the Cardinals are out there playing vanilla defense, and we're out there running complex offense. And I just want to see how that's going to pan out and everything when the defenses are actually running their complex, actual game day defenses when the bullets start flying for real. So I don't put too much stock into that preseason what we just saw.
Do you think we were running our game day offense?
I mean, if we're out there running stuff to confuse the defense, and the defense is confusing everything, then I mean, I would have to assume so.
I think he was just trying things out, and it was just confusing them.
So
Kubiak is he's just the Einstein of football, where every play that he runs confuses everybody.
No,
what does Seattle do this year in the preseason?
I mean, that's the word a little bit.
It could be the first step of whatever expansive playbook that Kubiak has. It might be just the one, you know what I'm saying, the Kubiak 101 of his offense, and in the schematic part of it. I think personally, that's why I'm not as much as I would love to really have a number one wide receiver, I think our schematics is just actually going to help us free up some of the wide receivers that we have to again, like we saw in this preseason game, get scheme people open. As much like again, I would love to have a number one wide receiver. I would love to, have that threat in that aspect of things. But I think at this point, I think the scheme is going to have to carry us until we, get to acquiring that piece.
I'm there with you, Westside. Like
We
I
have
like
a
what
number
we
one
did with
receiver.
I like what we did with our first drive, but I'm there with you. I want to see that translate to when the live bullets are firing, not just the preseason. So I agree with you.
Yeah, I'm actually excited about the scheme. You know what I mean? When you go back and you look at the replays, that's not the only time, you know what I mean, that they kind of got caught off guard. There were a couple of other plays they didn't end well because there were some bad passes, some bad balls being thrown or whatnot. But I'm really interested in seeing as to what this starting offense really can bring. I mean, yes, it was just one drive out. You know what I mean? Can they do it again? And that's why I think that's one of the things that I'm probably looking forward to more this week against the Texans, because as I understand, the first team is going to run just a little bit more in this second game. So we might see there's a potential of seeing Kirk Cousins for at least a first half of the quarter. You know what I mean? So you might get two or three drives out of Kirk Cousins, right?
Sorry.
Some people may say that's not something they want to see. I personally want to see it. I do. If a veteran is willing to
Dirty,
go
thank
out
you for
there,
bringing that up. I've asked that question like in 4 other chats today. Like, do you want to see Kirk Cousins play another snap or not?
Yeah,
Of course we do.
I go ahead, Tom.
No, Dirty. I'm with you on getting Kirk Cousins snaps, but I don't think that, and this is just my opinion on it, I think that we may not necessarily see Kirk Cousins, get his snaps, because they're going to be doing the joint practice, so they're getting their work in during that time. So this might be actually the opportunity where Mendoza gets out there.
That could be too.
You know what I'm saying? Because again, they're getting a lot of work in, with the joint practice. So, it might not necessarily be Kirk Cousins coming out.
You could keep Kirk Cousins on the back burner and not show nothing else for the rest of the preseason, and just let the league wonder and not put anything on film. So technically, when you come out, you can't really prep for him. What are you gonna prep for the Miami game? Gonna prep for them if they don't have anything to watch. They're just gonna have to base it off whatever. So I get it. You know what I mean? I get it. I wouldn't be opposed to it. I'm just saying I'm kind of anxious to see what this first team offense really is all about. I mean, if he came out and was able to do that, if you could come out and just get down the field, just move down the field, even if it just leads to field goals, but you eat up clock. You score some touchdowns. You go down, you score a touchdown. Maybe the next time you come down, you kick a field goal. Next time you come down, you score a touchdown. You know what I mean? Long as you're not punting the ball and you putting points on the board, then I am perfectly fine with you navigating down the field. It leads to wins, right? That's what we want to see. So
I think we'll. Sorry, you finished here.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I think Week 2, we probably will see Kirk Cousins for a series or two, however long it may be. But I think year 3, last game of the preseason, if he sees game time week 2 and it's more of the same as week 1, then I'm good with just sitting him and then just let Mendoza and AOC get the reps.
AOC.
Yeah.
Because we still haven't, and with that being said, we still haven't seen our 4th quarterback.
I think I'm done with AOC. Honestly, after last week's display, bro, I think I'm done with AOC, man.
Hey, Dirty, let me ask you a question regarding AOC. Do you think that his receivers did him any justice? Like, did they catch all the balls that were catchable? Did his offensive line make any good blocks for him? I don't really think that we should be jumping on the AOC like that. What I seen from him, I seen the ball location on his passes was hitting the receivers right in the hands. They was just dropping it. And I don't see how we can hold him accountable for that. Yeah, his numbers look bad, but did anybody actually watch him?
He threw some bad passes too, though.
My judgment for AOC wouldn't necessarily be so much the preseason, although that's going to factor into the equation, but more so, I think we already know what we have in AOC. And it's what I keep saying. He's a good enough backup quarterback, which is what we drafted him to be, who can come in and start in a pinch if we need him to and win some games. Do I believe he's a guy that we can build around? No, I don't. I've never felt that way. I don't believe he shows the leadership qualities too that you need at the quarterback position. Will he get his chance with other teams? Yeah, he will as a backup, but I don't believe he's any more than that. So,
you know what,
if we keep him on a roster and we keep him as that, then cool. If we don't, we don't.
I want AOC to succeed, man. I do. I would like to see him come out and play with the twos. I would like to see AOC come out and play with the twos. Only for one reason. I need him to increase his trade value. You come out, you play with twos, you look good. I can get something for you. Because at this point in time, it's Kirk Cousins and it's Mendoza. You don't really technically have to carry 3 quarterbacks, but you have the UDFA and Jacobs that you could leave on your practice squad if necessary. Because if you put Aiden O'Connell on your practice squad, he's gonna get snatched up. So,
well, Dirty, we've agreed that Cousins is only going to be here this year, right? So you got a backup for Mendoza for next year.
So, but here's my thing, Eric. I'm about to set Raider Nation on his side for a second, so it can get right. You know what I mean? I'm about to set Raider Nation on his side so it can get right. You got fans over here crying to get this number 1 so-called wide receiver coming out next year. Right. But you're going to have to suck to get him. Like, you're going to have to be trash.
But they don't want to suck this year. We're going to win 10 games.
Number 3, you got to be in the top 3 picks to get him. You know what
Jeremiah Smith, right?
Yeah, if you ain't in the top 3, you ain't getting no Smithy Smith, right? You ain't getting no Smith and Wesson, bro. So, and that to me, that right there to me is part of one of those reasons why I say, man, like, if that's the case, you might as well let Kirk Cousins just ride it out. There's no reason to put your rookie through that much abuse. You might as well go ahead and let your vet ride it on out and let your rookie have a fresh new start next year with this brand new toy that you guys suck to get, right? It's like sucking for luck. Everybody remember that shit when the coach was doing that suck for luck shit. They sucked so bad they ended up with Andrew Luck, and then they ended up sucking up just time, money, and energy because he didn't even play that long. I think he only played like 30 games with them because of injuries and shit like that. But for me,
he played more than that. But anyways,
he played more than that, and then there was an ultimatum, and he just said "fuck y'all" and "fuck this organization" and said I quit.
Go ahead, Dirty.
Yeah.
So yeah, like when you truly like break it down, you kind of look at it, getting back to the nitty gritty of what this whole conversation was about. Um, this offense is going to cause major, major problems if it can figure out a way to make everything cohesive and flow together. Um, Once everybody gets everything down, this offensive line knows exactly where it needs to be. It blocks. We figure out who is going to be the bona fide starters, and they build some cohesion with one another. I really think this offense can be extremely dangerous, and I believe it could be this season. I know coming out the gate with no film on it, oh, this offense is going to be something tough. People are going to try and watch like the Seattle Seahawks games from last year and try and get a condensed version of the offense of what it is. But I'm telling you, for me, I feel like Clint Kubiak coming into the Raiders, yeah, it might be similar to whatever he ran last year with Seattle, but
The
believe
personnel
me,
is different, so of course it's gonna be different.
believe me when I say he didn't put a little twist on it now, because now he's fully in charge. He can do what he wants to do. He doesn't have anybody telling him no, he can't
Good
try
point.
this. You know what I mean? So best believe that whatever he wasn't able to do under the command of other head coaches, he is damn sure gonna try and implement under his own, you know what I mean, time as a head coach. So that's why I say I'm looking forward to, you know what I mean, this new scheme that I'm seeing, because it truly does look like, oh yeah, if there's anything else in this scheme that can be as complicated as that play was right there, oh, NFL is in trouble. NFL is in trouble.
Just real quick, Twan, I just want to say, like, I agree with a lot of what you said. All I want to see is the key word to what you said is again. But I don't want to just see it again. I want to see it again and again and again. I don't want to just, we flashed it for one drive and then moving into the
On a
season.
consistent basis,
on a
right.
consistent, sustainable basis. That's what I want to see. Sorry, Twan.
No, that's kind of right where I was going to go, and I hope the NFL is watching Seahawk. You know what I'm saying? Old offense, because I think like what Dirty says, I think Kubiak is cooking up something new. Yeah, there might be some similarities into us having two running backs that we'll be using and stuff like that, but I don't even think the Seahawks had any tight ends that could touch what we have over here. Even with Michael Mayer being, Michael Mayer being the second tight end. So I think Kubiak's cooking up something a whole lot different. And I don't think that, yeah, some of the stuff may, show itself a little bit, but if they stick to the Seahawks offense, yeah, we'll be cooking down the field a whole lot.
So like everybody's gonna look to the Seahawks game film to get a gauge on what we're gonna do, right? But with the Seahawks, they had capable wide receivers and not really a big name tight end like that. You know what I mean? So Kubiak, of course, naturally is going to scheme to his best players, which on this team are going to be the running backs and the tight ends. The receivers are going to be an afterthought.
I'm sorry, JSN was not a big name wide receiver until the performance that he put on last year.
I didn't say. Did I say big name? Well, that's not what I meant. I meant like a super capable wide receiver.
He wasn't even considered a super capable wide receiver.
No. Dirty. When he got into training camp and Clint Kubiak and them seen what he could do, they knew he was super capable.
What I'm saying, Ern, is he played the exact same position the year prior that Jalen Naylor just played the year prior to this. And I'm telling you, he was number 3. He was number 3 to Tyler Lockett and DK Metcalf. JSN was number 3 to both of them. right? He came out and he had a monster year. He had a monster year, right? Now, you go and you look at Naylor. Naylor has been number 3 to Justin Jefferson and Addison. 2 stars, right? Now it's his time to step out and shine, is what I'm saying. So if he was able to do something like what he did with JSN, who was not a big name, who was not considered that rising star talent, but just had a monster year out of nowhere, he could try and get the same productivity of Jalen. Even if he gets only if he gets only 87% of what he got out of JSN, he get that from Naylor. That's still a vast improvement over any and everything we had last year.
Hey, Dirty. Josh McDaniels also had Tom Brady. You know, when he came over here, you thought Aiden O'Connell or whoever he had was going to be the same thing. It just doesn't work out like that, bro. Especially when it comes to the Raiders. Don't get your hopes up.
I'm not getting my hopes up.
I
I'm
think
just
we're
saying.
arguing over the same shit. We all agree, bro.
I think Tucker could do the same thing with Naylor.
I think Tucker good too.
Trey Tucker shouldn't even be here.
Trey Tucker needs to work on his route running.
Trey Tucker is a decent wide receiver. He can step into the number 1 role with other things around, but he is not a true number 1 wide receiver.
Well,
I mean, let's be honest about that. He's skillful, but he's not a true number 1.
The thing with Tucker, Brock Bowers is going to be their number 1 receiver. Period.
He's not a receiver. He's a tight end.
He's a tight end.
That's the thing about 2026. It's like, we didn't get to see guys like,
how many Super Bowls?
Any of the rookies, like, Thornton's hurt, like coming back now. Like, we never saw him. He's 6'5", 204, 340.
Hey, one mic, y'all. One mic.
Catch your fucking shit in the end zone. How many motherfucking Super Bowls did KC win with a number 1 tight end, bro?
Every one of them.
You gonna
they had Tyreek Hill, bro. They had an all-pro wide receiver to go with it, bro. They had Tyreek Hill, bro.
Yeah, and you fucking Trey Tucker ain't a threat down the field.
It's not the same thing. It's not the same thing, bro. That's like the difference between McDonald's and a homemade hamburger.
Okay, bro. Are you a Raiders fan?
I just like wearing the jersey.
This is not that type of show, bro. We don't attack one another here. We don't question fandom shit.
I'm just saying
we don't question fandom shit. Look, everybody's entitled to everybody's entitled to their opinion.
Hey, Dirty, can I say one thing and then I'll leave it alone? But if you want to make it personal, I'm really good at that. Just let me know and I'll see you on social media. And that's all I got to say about that.
No, it's not personal.
Ern, don't do that, bro.
It's not this. We're not doing that. I just said we're not doing that.
I don't know who the fuck you talking to, dog.
That is my show is drama free, bro. Literally. I am not playing about that. I do not have time for drama.
Dirty, I got love for you, brother. I ain't doing that.
I appreciate it. What I'm saying is, bro, we don't question nobody's fandom ship here. We don't ask nobody, are you even a Raiders fan? We don't talk that way. Everybody here has their own emotional opinion about the team.
All Raider fans.
It's not to be questioned. That doesn't give you the right to question or ask him if he's a Raider fan like that.
Okay,
that's his emotional opinion.
I apologize, what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. Yeah, that's all, bro. I don't want nobody coming on my show asking somebody on my panel if they even a Raider fan when you know they a Raider fan, man. That is really disrespectful. You got to look at it in the eyes of, would you want somebody to do that to you? You would feel truly disrespected by that. It's like, bro, what the fuck you mean? Am I a Raider fan? You know I'm a fucking Raider fan. You know what I mean? So I asked. I got you. I'm just explaining to the rest of the world. I'm explaining to the rest of the world that this is the only time that it shall happen. It shall never happen again because I'm putting it out in the air. I don't like that. I don't like that on other people's shows either. You know what I mean? Let's not do that as a nation, bro. If you know a fan is a fan, bro, don't question it. It's rude.
I see Terrence in the chat, dude. Salute Terrence.
Yeah, T, my guy, what's good with you, man? Blessings to you. Thank you.
Can
for
I just
pulling up, man?
get in something just about Trey Tucker? Because
Yeah.
that's what we were talking about for a minute and then kind of sidetracked. Just with Trey Tucker specifically, I like Trey Tucker. I like what he does in spots. When he gets the ball in hand, he's good. He does make plays. His speed, you can't question. For what we got as a third round pick, he was probably the best draft investment we've had between 2022 and 2023. When you look at the rest of the draft picks, they didn't amount to nothing. But the thing with Trey that I don't personally, this is just my personal opinion, believe he's good enough for us to roll with as a number one or number two is if you notice when I've said this a few times, when you put those 50-50 balls up, which you'd expect a wide receiver is on the outside to at least make a competition of it, or at least grab maybe 50% of them or 40% of them, something that say the likes of Devontae and Co. You can be sure he's going to win a lot of. Trey Tucker, when you see him in a contest, he never wins. He loses every single time. So that's why I don't believe he's that guy that we can move forward with as that number one guy or number two guy. He's good in spots. He's good with the ball in space. But if you expect him to catch, if he throw those 50-50 balls, he loses every single time.
He's only a number one here.
Yes.
Only
Agreed.
Here.
Only
That's yeah. Jalen Naylor, we'll see. Like honestly, after talking with a couple people, Trey Tucker's only here to take the ball off the top. He's a speed guy. He's still learning how to run routes. He's getting he's getting outran with routes by a rookie. A rookie's our best route runner right now as a receiver. And we got second and third and fourth year receivers right now.
Yeah, some people pay attention to what it is they craft like that. Like, look, when Tucker came in, bro, we already knew he was a speedster, bro. They were hoping that what they could do was hoping that he could develop like Tyreek Hill did. Right? Not saying that Tyreek developed into like this massive great, one of the all-time greatest wide receivers. No. It's not what I'm saying. Please don't think that. What I'm saying is he did develop into a threat, right? A speedy threat that could score touchdowns on you. Worked his way up in fantasy football, you know what I mean? Got his ring with the Chiefs. So like he still performed over in Miami, even though, it wasn't like, playoff caliber, no Super Bowl, nothing like that, right? He still was over there putting up numbers with the style with the style of player that he developed into after coming primarily into the NFL to play special teams. So what I'm saying is they were hoping that quite possibly Trey Tucker could turn into something as what a Tyreek Hill did. Unfortunately,
not even that. Jacoby Ford. He can do Jacoby Ford. Like there's a lot of people. Tyreek Hill is the top.
What, man? But what I'm saying is, see, you want to bring up other players.
I'm bringing up similar players.
Disregarding what I said. What I said was they were hoping that he could turn into a Tyreek Hill. That had nothing to do with the Jacoby Ford, because Jacoby Ford is not even in the same conversation as a Tyreek Hill.
My point exactly, and neither is Trey Tucker. He's not in that caliber of player.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. They were hoping that that's what would have happened, but in all honesty, it hasn't panned out to be that. So do you consider that a failure, and do you move on, or do you give it one more? I mean, you got to give it one more year, right? But will you see a change? I mean, because what I'm seeing, and from what I'm understanding, the wide receivers are responding much more better to this new coaching that they've got going on. And like they're actually, what I heard was Tucker was actually in camp doing quite well. Jalen Naylor's in camp doing quite well. The number 3 battle really comes down to motherfucking Beck and
Beasley and the rookie. Beck and the rookie.
Beck and the
Beasley.
rookie. Yeah, you know what I mean? So like I don't know what I don't know who told you he can't run routes, because he actually ran really good routes last year.
That's his MO for his
Trey Tucker
career.
ran really good routes last year, considering he didn't really run great routes 2 years prior to that.
I think his lack of development falls on the previous coaching staff, bro. That's all these guys that we drafted. They all look all our receivers. They all look like rookies. It seemed like the coaching staff did nothing with them last year.
Yeah, that's what playbook earned. That's not what route running. You can get with route guide. You can get with AJ Green. There's a bunch of coaches. There's a bunch of coaches you can go out here and train yourself on running a route. He has 3 routes: a post, a 9, and an out, a speed out. That's his route tree.
Yeah.
And you know, oh, sorry.
You go to one. No, you go to one. I'll go after you.
And you know,
I agree with that,
and JT, I do actually agree with you on that. The reason why that was his route tree was because when he came over here, everybody was like, "Oh, Trey Tucker's so fast. He's so fast. So we're just gonna make him, take the top off the top off the defense." If you do that, then how are you going to develop his go back? You know what I'm saying, or the rest of the route tree if you're just making him run 9 routes in post. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of a tough situation where, yeah, when you first came in, that's all they were asking for him to do was to run 9s and post. But now we're asking, as years have gone by, now we're asking for him to add more to the route tree.
Yeah, but that's every speed wide receiver is almost like that. Deshaun Jackson was like that, but he had to develop.
Right.
I'm like it's self development. Granted, you can only run what the coach is gonna call for you, but you can show more. Hey,
and last year
in the offseason.
And last year
I'm not saying he's not got better, but the problem is he ain't drastically better. To the fact that there's people coming in and be like, the rookie's better than him. I've had 4 years on a rookie, and they say he's a well more polished at route running, well more polished. And you've been playing against pros. That's not cool when you're our number one.
It is cool, bro. First
he's
off,
predominantly our number one. Who's the better one receiver?
Say, who's better than Trey Tucker right now? Bottom line.
Jalen Naylor is the number 1 wide receiver.
He's not.
But Jalen Naylor is going to be your slot receiver, though.
Jalen Naylor is going to be your number 1 wide receiver.
He's not lining up as the number 1.
If he's the number 1, then we're in trouble.
JT, if I can get in there, there's actually elements of what you're saying. A lot of it, I agree. I don't believe Tucker is good enough to be that guy on the outside, number 1 or number 2. I see the Jacoby Ford comparisons. Personally, like I believe that's a fair assessment because they were both drafted around the same range. The thing with Ford is that I saw when he was playing with us, he was able to make those 50-50 catches on occasion. I just haven't seen that at all from Tucker. That's my only criticism from Tucker, and that's okay because
that's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up.
Yeah, and I agree with you on that. Tucker, it's like I said, we drafted him in the 3rd round to be that speedster guy who can be good in space, which he is, to make some plays, which he does, and to score some touchdowns when he gets this opportunity, which he does. If you're looking at him to be more than that, which is what I guess you're trying to say by default that we're expecting to be, I don't personally see that, and that's what I agree with you. I don't see that either from Trey Tucker.
As a number 1, you expect that, though.
Yeah, I know. I'm there with you. I'm like,
he has intangible.
I will take what we got out of Tucker as a win still, regardless of the fact that he's not a number 1 or a number 2, but at least he's been able to contribute and do what we expected him to do, the bare minimum expectation, which is a lot more you can say than every single one of those draft picks from 2022, 2023. For him to be the best of the bunch really says something, right?
Well, there really is not a number one on this team for wide receiver, but we have to call them out. Like, who's number one, who's number two. So right now, I still say, Tucker is still number one. But there really is no number one. There is no number two. It's a bunch of number threes on this roster.
Ragtag group of wide receivers. I got you.
No, I mean, you gotta think about what he's probably gonna go more heavy with anyway, as to what scheme he's gonna run, what personnel. More than likely, you're gonna have a lot of tight ends on the field anyway. Like when you look at his scheme, his number one wide receiver is not the guy who plays the outside anyway. His slot receiver is his number one wide receiver. Most of JSN's yardage and numbers came from playing that slot position last year, because he had people like Rashid, who was coming from the outside on end arounds. You know what I mean? Like the way Kubiak is his scheme, the way if you just look at how he designs and schemes offense and puts plays into certain ways, in the way that he pays and focuses his attention on utilizing the talents of what his players have versus trying to make everybody fit his scheme. He's making his scheme fit what he has. And that's the way it's supposed to work. You're not supposed to make everybody try to conform to you. As a head coach, you're supposed to take the ingredients that you have and make me something nice to eat, man. Because you ain't gonna have everything that you want. You're not gonna have everything that's required to make your playbook work. So can you take your playbook and make it work with the pieces that you got? When you can do that, you become dangerous. And when you become dangerous, the team that you coach becomes dangerous. So I'm all for it, because I see it. He seems to be that coach to me. I was screaming for Kubiak long before anybody else. Long before anybody else. I was the first one to throw that name out there, even before the Raiders said they was going to even talk to Kubiak. I threw that name out there. So I'm going to stand behind what I feel was the best choice the Raiders could have ever made in the history of Raiderdom since John Madden, John Gruden, and yeah, I'm gonna leave it at that. Oh no.
Let's just see him do it then. I'm tired of this. It looks good on paper, and then it just doesn't work out for us. Let's see him do it.
And that's what I want to see. That's why I say I kind of want to see a little bit of, I want to see a little bit of Kirko change, but
I just want to see what brought you here. You picked.
Tom Flores gets some love, T. My bad. Tom Flores gets some love. I apologize to Sir Tom Flores. Yes, he definitely gets some love. But that's the only three, bro. I don't recognize none of these other coaches, bro. Nope, I don't recognize Arshell either, bro. First black coach, yay, cool, wonderful, fabulous, bro. But our team sucked under his tutelage, so no.
Del Rio was doing him right for a minute.
Del Rio was all right.
Yeah, but Arshell as a left tackle was an amazing god, dude. He was a badass.
We're talking about him as a coach right now.
Talking about him as
I know, but I just got to give Arshell his props, dude.
Talk to Stu about what some of the players thought about Arshell and his coaching. You'll hear everything you need to know.
Yeah, so hey, look, it is what it is, man. I'm about to cut out. Yeah, I am very appreciative of everybody. Right now. Yeah, I'm about to close my show too because I'm getting ready to go inside.
Have a good night, y'all. Happy birthday,
thank everybody for pulling up, man. I appreciate you guys. It has been a wonderful, fun time. Thank you for helping me celebrate my birthday. Thank you for giving me opinions as to what this team is, how you feel about this team and what people can take into their minds and consider. You know what I mean? You look at this team at different lenses, man. Hopefully, everybody gets the same view once the season starts, and that's a winning view. Anybody got anything to say before we leave up out of here?
Hey, I'm gonna hop out too. Dirty, so happy birthday to you, bro.
Thanks,
I've
sir.
known you for many years, dude. It's great to see you. AR, Twan, and everyone else, on the panel and the chat. And Terrence, I'm glad to see my boy Terrence. I haven't seen Terrence in a long time, so salute to you too, bro. And I hope you ate a lot of cake tonight and ice cream and celebrate with your family, bro.
Thank you.
On that beautiful palace on the hills.
Any closing remarks from you guys?
I did have one thing I was going to say before. It was going to be a bit of a sidestep, but maybe I'll save that for a later time. Shit, I got to go. Take care.
All right.
Yeah. Hey, I just wanted to say, publicly happy birthday to you. Blessings to you. You already know. I wanted to be here to celebrate you and what you got going on. So I'm here on the ride with you. However long you want me to be on this ride with you, but definitely I pray blessings on you and your family. That God continues to strengthen you and guide you, and continue to be the great person that you are. I think a lot of people know you and appreciate you because of the genuine person you are. And, I just want you to know to continue that, because it's definitely needed. And there's going to be new people that you're going to run into that is definitely going to need, you, not the fake you, not a fake representation of you, but the authentic you. So, yeah, love you, man.
Hey, man, thank you, brother. I greatly appreciate that. I appreciate you. I appreciate you very much, Twan. Ladies and gentlemen, I appreciate you guys, man. It has been a real, true, wonderful, fun time being here tonight, having fun with you guys. And, man, I don't really know what to say, man. I will be back tomorrow morning, 9:00. We will break down what Chase Daniels had to say about Fernando Mendoza's play. He did a film breakdown, so we'll glance over that, take a look at that, and that'll be tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Other than that, Raider Nation, thank you for celebrating with me tonight. Another year alive, another year wiser, another year stronger, and another year still a Raider fan. We lost some good people last year, man. So hopefully, this season it brings a brighter sunshine of light for us, man. No matter what happens, no matter what the media says, no matter what the record says, we still the silver and black. Because this is the Raider Nation, man. I'm Dirty. This is DYRTI Raiders Lair. Till next time, commitment to excellence. Just win, baby. And as always, 50 billion things on the face of the planet you could be doing. The fact that you allow me to grace your screen for any amount of time is greatly appreciated, more than I can verbally express. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart, man. I look forward to rocking with you guys for the rest of the year. As I said, we are here every morning, 9 a.m., every night, 10 p.m. And we just gonna have some fun, man. All right. Love you. Appreciate it. Raider Nation for life. We out. Peace.